relying on a couple, otherwise they're going to struggle.
Yeah, and whoever gets the job on Brett Dorr is going to have their hands full today, because he is a monster of a man, and he seems to mark anything that goes within 20 metres of him. He's got fantastic hands, and he just works really hard as well. He's the kind of forward that every side would want to have, and he should have a massive influence today.
Yeah, he certainly should. And as for the midfield, I know it's probably not the game breaker, but it is where the ball starts from at each stoppage. Who's going to dominate in the midfield today, do you think?
Well, I actually thought I've picked Ryan McMahon, and I reckon he's going to be one of the key playmakers. You've got O'Regan, you've got Watts, you've also got Kendrick, Sam Filippo, Ryan. Great ball winners, and that's what you need, Damien. Great ball winners in the middle that's going to extricate it when you need it the most.
I think the unsung hero of that ball in midfield is Ben Harris. He's been there. He came across with Dan Donati a couple of years ago, and he really does the dirty work for them. He does too. He's underneath all those packs, and he doesn't get the recognition because they've got so many class outside players, but Harris is where it starts a lot of the time.
I think they're a versatile bunch too, the ball and midfields. They're so silky and deadly as well when you can push forward. I know Tregear's been doing really well this season. He pushes forwards, adds another target, and it just puts that Noble Park defence under a little bit more pressure. So they are a silky unit. Maybe Noble Park a bit more workmanlike, but hey, they've got Craig Anderson in there and co. So
well, the funny thing is, Pete Baird said on the huddle the other night he thought that the Balwyn centre midfielder was a bit flashy. Well, put it this way, there's nothing flashy about it. They're real hard working, and I tell you what, they work really, really hard, and they grind and grind and grind. Braden?
Yeah, they do, and that's the thing. I'm really torn today just in terms of how this game's going to play out, because you have two sides that, when they've played in the past, it's been a real grind. It's been hard to kick goals, but then on this sort of space, you've got time to run. You've got space to run in, open to, and I think that's where this game's going to head to. It's going to go to a stage where if you can get free, you can use the footy, and I think we're going to see it. I don't know when it's going to be. I think it's going to be probably in that third quarter where the game starts to break. Balwyn start to take risks through the midfield and start to take this game on.
Yeah, certainly right. And we mentioned earlier, obviously, Noble Park virtually playing every week throughout the final series. Balwyn probably a little bit more refreshed. Which way do you think that will go? Do you think that'll be advantageous for Noble Park? Well, look, playing every game.
Last year, Balwyn went through every game and dispatched Vermont. So I really don't think it plays too much. Not at this local footy. I think honestly maybe having the break is probably the disadvantage.
Okay.
But Balwyn, I think, are too strong a side to have that happen to them today. I think they're too classy, too much experience. You've got players, I mentioned, like Broadhurst, who have played in the Waffle. You've got Taylor Gilchrist, who's been a rookie list on the Sydney list, and Rennie, well, he's just a class player, and you can pretty much go through every single player and explain why they wouldn't have any issues. I think that therefore they cancel each other out, and it's not going to have much of an effect today.
A lot of people have said, a lot of pundits claim that Balwyn, only they can defeat themselves virtually this afternoon from a mental perspective. Do you think they'll be feeling the pressure?
Look, I wouldn't say they'd be feeling the pressure. I think, having won a flag last year, they know what it's about, and they've been the best side all year. They went into the year knowing they'd probably be the team to beat, and they've come through the regular season having done that. They've won the final they needed to win to get here, and they'll be fresh and rested. And look, if they get beaten today, it's because Noble Park's a good footy side. It won't be because Balwyn have done anything mentally wrong.
And do you think it'll be a free-flowing contest? Obviously, good conditions at the moment, or do you think it'll be more tough, uncompromising style of footy?
I'd say early on, expect it to be pretty tight. Pressure's always high in a final, lifts again for a grand final. The one thing Dan Donati said, he watched Noble Park last week and he saw a lot of good players get a lot of space, and he said that absolutely won't be happening today. So expect a bit more close checking on those Noble Park runners, and that'll slow things down early. It might open up a bit later on.
Do you think the free-flowing style suits Balwyn more? I know they can adapt to a different game style, but do you think that'll suit Balwyn more, free-flowing?
Look, I don't necessarily think so. The Bulls are very good when they move the ball through that middle of the ground. That's their game. They like to take a few risks and move it on. So if they get into a shootout, it's anyone's game, because they've both got the firepower to handle that.
And boys, we're just about to head to a break. Your tip and blue ribbon medal predictions.
Well, I'm going to go for Balwyn, Damien. I've said it in the record. They've got class all over the line. Consistency all year. Ryan McMahon to win the blue medal, and Balwyn by 14 points.
Yourself, Billy?
Damo, I have to go with Balwyn this week. They have been too strong all season. And for my blue ribbon medalist this afternoon, I think it will be Rob Crow. He's one of my absolute favourites, and he might not be the most flashy, but he directs the play. He is so important to the Tigers. Watch out for him this afternoon.
Brandon Ingram.
For me, I think it's going to be Noble Park. It's going to be a real tight one. I think they'll get up by less than a kick. They'll get up by 4 points. And the big ruckman, Vergum Fag, I think he's going to have a profound impact on this game, and he'll win the Blue Ribbon medal.
And Connor Ryan.
Thanks, Damien. I think Balwyn will win. I expect them to win. They're the best side in the competition, and that should shine through today. It'll be a close one, but I think that they'll get there in the end. Maybe fresh legs telling in that last quarter. My tip, we haven't mentioned him yet, but it's Alan Murray's last game for the Tigers, and he's really spectacular when he's on. And he's been in very good form this year, and I think he might pull one out today.
And I think Balwyn will prevail quite convincingly to it. Jeff Goebbels, I predict to have a good game up forward. The reserves premiership has been won by Vermont. We'll take a break on the Freight Partners warm up, and on the other side of it from Bayswater Oval Live, it's the pre-match festivities and the first bounce of the EFL Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final between Balwyn and Noble Park. So stay tuned for that right here on EFL Game Day.
Oh, what's wrong? Chipped tooth. I know I should do something about it, but dentists are so expensive.
Not all of them. Box Hill Family Dentistry isn't. And because they're part of the Whitehorse Community Health Centre, you're supporting the community too.
Affordable? Really? Oh.
Affordable quality dental care for the whole family is now available with detailed treatment plans, so there are no hidden costs, and you can even claim your private healthcare fund rebate on the spot. Go to boxhillfamilydentistry.com.au. Station sponsor.
If you want to be a champion in the finals like me when I used to play for Doncaster, you've got to learn to listen to the ball.
Hi, I'm the Ball. It's 20% off to travel on Eastlink on weekends with a car tag. Get to the game quicker and fresher.
That was you doing the Ball's voice, Coach. I saw your lips move.
What do I look like? Jim Henson?
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's East. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
For the best EFL rap on radio, don't miss Akira EFL Sunday from 10 till 12 every Sunday morning on 98.1 Radio Eastern. Ben Warren Smith and the team bring you all the final scores, goal kickers, best players and ladders following a big round of EFL footy. The gang also talk to winning coaches, players and special guests to bring you the final scores from all seniors, reserves and under-19s matches. Akira EFL Sunday, going live and local for your footy from 10 every Sunday on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Desperately need budget-friendly windows? Visit T&B Discount Window Warehouse, who'll have the right solution for you. T&B has new and surplus windows to suit any budget needs, and you'll still have spare change to finish off your renovation. Visit T&B's new Superstore, Unit 4, 116 to 118 Canterbury Road in Kilsyde. T&B Discount Window Warehouse, part of the EAL and AW Window Transport Group, your number one in window transport.
Call 1300 075 038.
Program sponsor. Had an accident on the field? Head straight to Akira Urgent Care for immediate medical treatment, and you won't have to wait. For a maximum of $75, we'll treat your broken bones, sprains, strains, cuts, or any other game day injuries. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333. That's 9839 3333. Akira Urgent Care. We have you off the sidelines in no time. Station sponsor.
Own a smartphone and love the Eastern Football League? Then the EFL mobile web app is a must for you. Go to m.efl.org.au to access fixtures, results and ladders for all EFL grades. You can also receive live around-the-ground scores every Saturday afternoon right from the palm of your hand. And contribute to the mighty EFL forum while you're online. Download the EFL mobile web app to go live and local for your footy this season, right from the palm of your hand. For all the latest news and information on the Eastern Football League, make sure you check out our website, www.efl.org.au.
On EFL Saturday, it's time for the match of the round. Let's cross to our team and go local for your footy.
And yes, today we're live and local out of the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Balwyn and Noble Park going head-to-head in the battle of the big boys in Division 1 here at Bayswater Oval. A little bit soft underground, but a big crowd has been assembled here at Bayswater Oval for what should be a ripping grand final. Ben Waterworth here with Billy Vickers, who'll be right in the boundary thanks to Akira Urgent Care today. Billy, you look at the crowd, you look at the excitement. There's so many people around here at the moment. There is just so much riding on this game, particularly for the Balwyn Footy Club, because they have been outstanding this season.
Absolutely huge, and great year from Balwyn. As you said, 5 busloads of Noble Park supporters expected down this afternoon. The Balwyn faithful are out. Fantastic day ahead, boys.
Also joining us this afternoon is Peter Frosty Baird, who's making his way in as we speak. Frosty, it's been absolutely a fantastic year for Balwyn this year, but Noble Park, they've had a magnificent final series. You saw them firsthand last week. They were just clinical against Vermont.
They were. They run through the midfield. They linked up with style. If they can bring that same sort of game plan this afternoon against Balwyn and take on the Tigers in their own style of game that they play, they're every chance this afternoon.
Do you reckon that'll give them plenty of confidence? That was arguably their best performance of the season last week. They just ran and spread throughout the whole day. And after quarter time, they were just clinical. Do you reckon they'll give them plenty of confidence against the Tigers today?
It should do. I mean, both these teams have been here on the big stage over recent years. They know what it's all about to play on the big game here at Bayswater Oval. So they would go into this game chock full of confidence, and I reckon the added incentive of trying to do it for Mick Fogarty, it is his last game as senior coach at Noble Park today, that could be the added incentive for them to get over the line.
I saw Billy Vickers, you tweeting last night, do it for Mick. You were trying to get it trending on Twitter last night, but I know you've only been in the media team for 1 year here in the Eastern Football League, but I'm sure you get how much Mick Fogarty means to this football club.
Oh, hugely. And we've just been talking to the president then. It's flooded through the whole club, and what he's done, he's overseen such a successful era at the club, and they're still in it, and he's put them in a position to move forward as well, and he knows how to get it done on the biggest stage, Mick Fogarty, so there's no ruling out of the Noble Park Bulls this afternoon, that's for sure, and that's going to be a big driving force behind the players this afternoon. Do it for Mick.
And of course, Dan Donati, Frosty, the coach of Balwyn, obviously coaching against his old side, obviously coached against Vermont last year in his first premiership year, but coaching against Noble Park. How do you reckon he'd be feeling heading into today's game?
I know my dad asked him the same question. Ray Baird asked him the same question out at the Balwyn President's Lunch this afternoon. He said he's firmly entrenched in the Balwyn camp now. There's not any Noble Park that runs through his blood anymore. He wants to go out there. He wants to claim this premiership for Balwyn this afternoon.
We'll have plenty of warm-up and analysis coming up very, very soon. Braden Ingram and Brett Davidson's upstairs. Good afternoon to you, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Ben. How are you?
Going well, mate. Going well, Davo. How do you think this match will go? Obviously, you've been watching these two teams pretty closely throughout the season. Obviously, you're a Division 2 coach, but how do you think the two teams will play out? How do you think they match up against each other?
Look, I think it's going to be an intriguing game because it really is going to be a game of the midfields, I believe, because Noble Park, as we've seen during the final series, have managed to be able to control the tempo of the game, and when they've been able to do that, they've played really good football. Balwyn, well, they're just chock full of superstars all over the ground, but the key to them is if they can get the ball forward quickly enough, they've got some of the best forwards running around in the competition. And as we saw last year in the grand final, Jeff Goebels was absolutely sensational. And the other key they've got is whether they can control that, whether they can allow Rod Crowe to get back and play that loose man in defence, which is what he did so well last year in this same game against Vermont. So, look, I think it's going to be a fascinating contest. I think, as I say, Noble Park are going in full of confidence with playing some great finals the last couple of weeks. And Balwyn, well, they're the red-hot favourites, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle that mantle.
Braden Ingram, you're upstairs. You'll take all the stats for Yarra Valley Waterby Smart Shoes Tap today. Braden, I'm sure you've been watching these two teams a lot throughout this season. You saw them match up earlier on in the year. Should be a fantastic contest. Over to you.
Thank you, Ben Waterworth, doing a very fine job down there with Peter Baird and Billy Vickers. They'll certainly do a very nice job throughout this game this afternoon. Davo, there's something special about Grand Final days, and I'm sure you would have loved to have been out there a couple of weeks ago in the Divi 2 Grand Final, but I mean, as a coach, it must, you really want to be out here on a day like this, don't you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's the pinnacle of our competition, and that's what you want to be involved in. And I was thinking about it as I was just sitting here looking at it, and I think this is about my 28th or 29th Division 1 Grand Final in a row that I've come and had a look at. So, it's just a fantastic opportunity to get out and see the best of the best. And, there'll be two nervous coaches, but once they run out in the ground, it's just all about a game of football. Nothing really changes. The ground's the same, ball's the same, two sides, and it's about who can move the chess pieces the best, I think, on the day.
You say that you've been out here for, you think, your 28th or 29th Grand Final. How has it changed, the Grand Final, over the years?
Well, I suppose you've got the situation that this year's a really unusual situation because you've got two teams that have come from the Southern Footy League. And so, in the past, you've always had the Vermonts and East Burwoods, and, you had your East Ringwood, you had Croydon, you've had a few others pop up during the time. So this just gives it a bit of a different feel, which I think is fantastic for the EFL. I never get tired of seeing the best footballers play on the last Saturday. I mean, and that's the key, is you're seeing the quality of the competition. It's got better and better. You're getting more players come from outside competitions to boost up the clubs. You're getting a really professional attitude now with all clubs. So yeah, it's the footy's changed, but it's still when everything, all the crowd gets off and there's all standing out there, it's still another game of footy. It's just the last one we get to see this year.
The Channel 9 helicopter just hovering around us very nicely, waiting to land. And Ben Waterworth, you're back down at ground level.
Yeah, the crowd just starting to go out back to their normal spots here. Obviously, Peter Hitchener, the Channel 9 newsreader, Chief 9 newsreader, coming out and ready to deliver the Premiership Cup. We've got Graham Helbish, of course, the EFL chairman, and Assistant Commissioner Robert Hill is also here today. He'll be receiving the Premiership Cup, of course, which will be played between Noble Park and Vermont today. And, of course, we'll also be delivering the match ball to start this game. The umpires this afternoon, 3 very good field umpires. We have Cameron Frazinski, Jordan Buckingham and Dan Beard. Now, Dan's obviously an interesting story. The game's record holder in the VFL for umpires, and this will be his 3rd consecutive grand final today. So we've got 3 very esteemed umpires out there, of course, on the boundary, and, of course, our good friend Dave Parker in the goals today. So we're looking forward to what should be a great game, but obviously good luck to all our umpires out there today. Braden?
Absolutely, Ben. And Dave, I want to ask you now, both teams about to come onto the ground. Noble Park, their reserve sides lined up to let their side on. And Mick Fogarty, Dan Donati, what are they saying now? If you were one of those coaches, what would you be saying to them to get the troops ready? Because this is the last time you're going to get to address them before quarter time.
Yeah, look, it's a really interesting situation with grand finals, because people talk about, do we do rah, rah, rah? Well, I don't think it happens anymore, because the situation is that they run out in the ground. They've got to go through all this procedural stuff. So if you get them all fired up, they come out and they've got 10 minutes before they actually kick a football. So it's about just reminding them on what exactly they need to do, how they need to go about it. Maybe some of the key aspects that they're talking about. I know I think Balwyn are really focusing on character, so that'll be a key phrase that'll be talking to them about. It may be that it's the captains that are addressing them at the moment. I know as a coach I used to walk away 10 minutes before a grand final and let the players just absorb it all and just get involved in it. So yeah, I don't think they'll be saying much. I think it'll be all about, have we got everything right? Are we prepared? Are we mentally switched on? And then let's get out there and do it.
The Channel 9 helicopter just about to touch down on the surface of Bayswater Oval. It's a magnificent sight. Peter Hitchener will step out and hand over the cup in just a moment. Dave, I mean, as a coach, do you really get nervous in this type of moment and in the first 5 minutes of a game, or is it really siren starts, let's go?
Look, I'm a bit weird, I think. I never get nervous before any game of footy, so I suppose the most nervous I get is probably on a Thursday night. You can feel it a little bit then, but when you get to the ground, it's all about switching on about game stuff now, what you're thinking about, the process you've got to go through. So you really don't have enough time to get nervous. I suppose, if we get to 3 minutes before the end and it's pretty close, then the heart rate starts to go a little bit greater then. But at the moment, it's about them just making sure, and they'll be fully focused on what they need to do and what maybe the opposition are going to be thinking about in that first 5 minutes that you can counteract.
Certainly not too far away from a start now. Peter Hitchener has touched down. He's handed over the cup, the Premiership Cup, the Choose Tap Division 1 Grand Final. He's also handed over the football that's going to be used today. The crowd is certainly very building. Do you think, Dave, you've probably had a bit of a walk on the surface. It certainly is a little bit wet underfoot. Do you think that has any impact?
I think it does, actually. I think if it had been a really dry ground, I think Balwyn would have been really appreciative of those conditions, because they are the best running team, the best marking team in the competition. I think with Noble's probably bigger bodies around the contest, that'll bring them in a little bit. Not that it's wet or anything, but it's a little bit, a bit soft in certain areas. So I think that will help Noble. Not that Balwyn are really going to worry about it, but I think it may take away just a slight advantage from them.
Ben Waterworth at ground level.
You just mentioned the ground is beforehand, Braden. It's very, very soft underfoot. I'm actually regretting wearing my good black shoes today because it is quite muddy out there. I'm sure it won't make too much of a difference between these two sides. These are two class Division 1 outfits. We're talking to Dan Donati, the Balwyn coach, pre-game, and these are two class sides, and the ground conditions really shouldn't have a big bearing on it, because they're two class sides who just know what they're doing. They know how to play any conditions out there. Balwyn obviously trained on it, so it might suit them to a certain extent. but we're set for a great grand final. We've got Assistant Commissioner Robert Hill, Chairman Graham Helbish, Peter Hitchener, and the Chairman of the CEO, I should say, of the Blue Ribbon Foundation, Neil Sullier, out there. And outgoing EFL CEO Rob Sharp gets his way in there as well. So the Premiership Cup is ready to go. Channel 9 News chopper just leaving now, and it should be an absolutely fantastic contest, and always a great sight to see the Channel 9 News chopper touching down here at Bayswater Oval. Braden?
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, the 9 News chopper is on its way out. It is a pretty special sight to see one up close, and I tell you what, man, who is now nice and up close. He's been down helping out, announcing the Blue Ribbon medalist at ground level for the Reserves Grand Final. He'll be calling this afternoon's game. He is the best caller in the AFL. Ben Warren Smith, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Braden Ingram, and all our AFL fans out there who have just been waiting for 6 months to get to this big day. Division 1 Tuesday Grand Final day. It doesn't get much better than this. Two powerhouse clubs going at it. Look at the colour out there. The black, the yellow, the purple, the yellow. There's still some red from Blackburn this morning. It's just a great day for the Eastern Football League. Oh,
absolutely it is, and we're really pumped up, and it's now 2:15. The national anthem not going to be too far away. The Noble Park Football Club still in the lineup, ready to let their one side on the ground. Davo, this afternoon, the open space, does that favour any side? It's such a big ground, Bayswater Oval.
It certainly does. I think, as I said, the key will be who can control the football. And we've known that in the last couple of finals, Noble have done that extremely well. They've really controlled tempo, and that's the thing on big grounds. If you can control tempo, control the game, it allows you to be able to flood your players back if you need to. It means you're able to open up the space when you need to. But let's not take away from Balwyn, who have got an absolutely magnificent midfield, who have been here before, and that's another key. A lot of them have been here before. They know what they've got to do. They're a very professional unit. Both teams are magnificently coached. I think that's the other key about today is I'm really looking forward to the coaching duel, because you've got Daniel Donati, who I think he's just really stepped up as being one of the elite coaches in our competition. He's really crafted from his playing days to now. He's developed into a really good coach. And then you've got Mick Fogarty, who we all know is a legend of the competition. He's managed to win a couple of flags out here. He's going out this year, and it won't be about Mick. Let's understand that. Everyone's talking about it being about him. He'll make sure it's not about him. It'll be about exactly what the players can do.
Just on Dan Zanardi, he is probably one of the more aggressive coaches I've found in the EFL. He really does get pumped up. I mean, is that a bit much to stomach for a player, seeing your coach, poking his head out the window, just yelling at whatever he can?
Look, Dan coaches like he played. If you ever saw him play out here, he was one of the hardest running footballers, one of the most aggressive running footballers, and I think what he's done is it's part of your psyche, and what he does is that's the way he coaches, and we all coach differently. Mick's not a very loud person. You've got other coaches that are not loud, they're quiet. You got me, I'm as loud as. I don't need a runner, I can tell you that. So, we all do it differently. It's certainly not going to affect the players. They know what he's like. They know exactly how he coaches. They respect how he does it. And it's about the message and making sure the message is clear and they get the message quickly.
Well, we are not too far away from the start now. Players are starting to exit the field from the reserves game. The umpires have just made their way onto the ground, and the banners are set up for the Noble Park Football Club. Ben Warren Smith is a caller this afternoon. Is there any player you're just looking forward to calling his name every time he gets the football in his hands?
Well, there's a couple of key players, Braden, that I've marked down today, and probably about 5 or 6 from either side, and not necessarily the biggest names in the team. For Balwyn, I'm keeping a close eye today on Charlie Hendry. Every time I've managed to watch Charlie play football, he's been a fantastic player as Noble Park make their way onto the ground.
We're all teammates through and through.
Oh yeah.
We're trying, we're striving to win the flag. We're going to show every game is in the bag. And when we go out on the ground, cause our hearts are big and sound, we will never let them down. Come on, Noble, show them how.
Noble Park make their way onto the arena, and we talk about players who might have an impact. Let's have a look at the Noble Park side, shall we? I tell you what, a few weeks ago against the Norwood Football Club, we saw Trent Robertson play an absolute fantastic game, let alone play a brilliant game for most of this year. He's played 17 games all up. He's a big engine for them across the half-back line. Sam Monaghan and Craig Anderson in the middle of the ground. George Angelopoulos, he returns to the side as well as we cross down boundary side to Peter Baird, who's got the Noble Park senior coach, Mick Fogarty.
Thanks, boys. Mick, your team's just running out on the ground. What were the feeling like in the rooms coming out for this big grand final?
Oh, really good. We just can't wait to actually for the ball to bounce. But no, the boys are absolutely can't wait to start.
Any butterflies in the stomach? It's your last game as the senior coach at Noble Park. What a fitting way this would be to go out after 4 great years as the coach to claim a premiership in your last game.
Oh, again, it's not about me. I've just been lucky to be a servant of this great club as a player and a coach, and for everything that has happened in my 9-10 year career has been outstanding. I've been blessed, and look, if it goes our way today, well, what a way to go out for sure.
And Mick, what does Noble Park have to do to get over the line this afternoon? Do you take the game on and try and outplay Balwyn at their own game?
Yeah, we have to. We've got to make sure they're dangerous player in Kenner, Tregear, McMahon. They don't get space. Taylor Gilchrist as well. I mean, there's so many of their players that we need to make sure they don't have massive impacts and getting it into the arc quickly where Barker and Goebbels and Broadhurst can hurt us. So if we can restrict that and get our ball movement going across half-back and our run and carry, our overlap, we should go all right.
The last 2 times you were here in 2010, 2011, you came into the game as red-hot favourites. Today, Balwyn are the favourites, you're a bit of the underdog. How's the group cope with that?
Oh, great. I mean, we know that everyone, and Balwyn should be the favourite because they've had an outstanding year. So we go in and we give ourselves a chance. I mean, I know that we've got the great inner belief in our group, and to get where we are, people even might have thought it was always going to be Vermont and Balwyn, but look, we surprised Vermont last week, so let's hope we can do it again today.
Best of luck, Mick. We'll see how it all pans out.
Cheers, Frosty.
Great stuff. Peter Baird with the senior coach of the Noble Park Football Club, Mick Fogarty. Fantastic coach, a fantastic guy, and he looks like it's not disturbing him at all being out here on the main stage, Brett Davidson.
That's why he's such a great coach. You just have a look at the way he has spoken over the number of years as a coach. You got nothing but huge admiration about the fact that it's all about team. He's the servant of the club, and I'll tell you what, he's been a loyal and very good servant.
At three-quarter time, if this game's close, do you think Mick brings up and says, boys, this is my last game, give me everything?
No, the only person who will say that will be their captain, and he might make no mention of it. The coach never talks about winning the game for himself.
Well, Davo, we talk about big games and big game players, but what we've seen over recent seasons, over recent weeks, in fact, in the lower divisions, is how important the ruckmen are on the field today. How important is the other two players in the ruck?
Look, they are important, but I suppose I don't think either of them are going to be. Oh, look, they could have a massive influence, but it's about who can get the ball down and get the best clearance. And you heard Mick talking about the quality midfielders of Balwyn. I think Daniel would be talking to his players, talking about the quality midfielders of Noble Park. And this is where it's going to be such a great matchup. Who is going to get the ascendancy? Who's going to be able to shut down? Who's going to be able to get that quick hands? And again, Noble Park, it's about tempo. Control the tempo. They can do that. Then they can certainly put a bit of pressure on the ball. And as we've seen in the past in some grand finals over the last couple of weeks, if you can come out and put a bit of pressure on the red-hot favourite, then, it takes a little bit of a while for them to get running, and we saw that with Forest Hill and South Belgrade.
Let's cross down boundary side for the first time this afternoon to Damien Watson, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Thank you very much, Ben Warren Smith. A cracking atmosphere down here at Bayswater Oval. We can expect a partly cloudy afternoon and a maximum temperature of 21 degrees. There is a chance of a late shower, isolated showers later on in the afternoon, which could impact upon the state of the game. As for the ground surface, it's a little bit choppy, inevitably because of the amount of rain we've had in Melbourne during the week, and there is a slight breeze favouring the mountain highway end of the ground, just behind the camera there, or to the right of your radio dial, and it shouldn't have too much of an advantage, maybe a 1-goal advantage to that side of the ground, but all in all, a great atmosphere. Can't wait for it.
Fantastic stuff. Damien Watson. Rennie Gilchrist has won the toss and will be kicking with Balwyn to the mountain highway end of the ground, right of your radio dial or screen. The ground's looking a little bit choppy out there today, Davo.
It certainly is, and we spoke about it before, and it probably allows Noble Park to have a little bit more confidence in being able to say, well, it's not going to be lightning quick, and we've got a few players that, we've got the steady runners, so it'll be interesting just to see whether it does have an effect. But I'm just really looking forward to seeing some of these. I haven't seen some of the Balwyn players this year, and I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to seeing Goebbels again. Broadhurst, I've heard all about him, and he sounds like he's a superstar. You know, you get to see someone come in from Hogle, Jaden Hogle. Just want to see what he's been.
He's an
like.
X factor, I think, today.
Oh, massive, you know, and people forget that, you know, he's come into this football side, been able to walk in, and he just got some quality about him. And you're right, he's a bit of an X factor. Some of their midfield, people don't talk a lot about Steve Kenner, but, you know, it wasn't so long ago that he was one of the best players in the competition. So, again, they're chock full of really good footballers that play great football. Noble have got nothing to lose. They're going to come out and just try and do it.
That's the thing. I don't think we're going to see too many players try to get tagged out of this game today, David, because both sides have so many good players that if you go after one, you're probably going to sacrifice another player who's going to be so much stronger. So would you expect to see too many run-with roles today?
Oh, look, it's difficult. If anyone's going to do a run with, I presume it may be Noble with a couple. But again, what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that if you have a run with player, he becomes damaging. I don't think there'll be just a pure stop roll.
And the cloud cover's just come over a little bit again. This weather, I think, is going to be all changing throughout. The wind, does that have any impact on today? I mean, we're going into the specifics, but it's such an important aspect, the wind.
The wind has a little bit, and Bayswater traditionally gets a little bit stronger as the afternoon gets on, so that's one thing. The big key is if it gets wet.
Let's cross down a boundary side to the EFL's media manager, Ben Waterworth, with these ground announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Eastern Football League and its finals partner Yarra Valley Water, welcome to Bayswater Oval for the 2013 EFL Division 1 Senior Grand Final between Balwyn and Noble Park. Balwyn finished the home and away season in first spot in the ladder with 17 wins and 1 loss. Noble Park finished the home and away season in third spot in the ladder with 13 wins and 5 defeats. These two teams met twice during the home and away season, with Balwyn winning by 8 and 18 points respectively. Balwyn progressed through to the Choose Tap Grand Final with a 38-point victory over Vermont in the second semi-final. Noble Park progressed through to the Choose Tap Grand Final with a 31-point win over Vermont in the preliminary final. Best of luck to both teams. Introducing our officiating umpires. In the field, Dan Beard, Jordan Buckingham and Cameron Frazinski. On the boundary, Curtis DeWitt, Matthew Larksonen, Ashley Hawkes and Daniel Urbans. In the goals, Dave Parker and Greg Alford. And your emergency is Jesse Fry. Ladies and gentlemen, today the EFL is very pleased to present Dr. Brian Ironwood from Beyond Blue and mantherapy.org.au. Man Therapy is a new campaign which aims to encourage men to take action and tackle depression and anxiety, either for themselves or for their mates. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem to be sung by Dr. Brian Ironwood.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Fantastic scenes out here at Bayswater Oval. The crowd really is building strongly. They've been streaming in since 9 o'clock this morning. It is the venue. It is the MCG of the Eastern Football League. Fantastic scenes just looking around for a final stage of the season, Brett.
Oh, look, and, you've got to congratulate the EFL on the way they've been able to promote this final and also this ground. You look around and it really is a top venue now to have football with. You know, you've got the big Trojan horse out there. You've got a couple of grandstands. It is a spectacular sign for the grand finals. Great place. Interesting to see some of the players and coaches down in the crowd. I saw Brett Moyle down in the Balwyn crowd, being an ex-Balwyn player.
Yes.
I've seen KB's down there, I think.
Yes, he was there.
He's watching, obviously watched the Vermont twos and has come out to have a bit of a look-see. So it's great to see all the past players and coaches come out and have a look at the games, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of recruiting people having a look at maybe this game as well.
Absolutely, it's one of those opportunities, isn't it, from all four divisions to see who might just take your fancy. Peter Baird, who was down boundary side only a moment ago, has made his way back up to the commentary position. Great having a talk to Foggers for the last time out there on the ground. He seems very cool, calm and collective.
Oh, he was. I mean, it's one attribute Mick does very well. He keeps a lid on things. He reckons his team are ready to go this afternoon, and I believe him. I mean, just looking at them, they seem very focused the way they ran out there, and Mick understands there's a job to do, and come 5 o'clock tonight, he'll celebrate then if they happen to get over the line.
It's time to start going through our selections for today's big game and blue ribbon medalist. Peter Baird, we'll start with you.
I'm going for Noble Park in a bit of an upset. I reckon they can get the job done. If they can run and link the way they did last week against Vermont in the second half, if they can take on Balwyn at their own game and outplay them with that style of footy, I reckon they can have a win. I like the X factor coming into the side. I'm going to go for Georgie Angelopoulos to take home the blue ribbon medal this afternoon.
Would be a good story, wouldn't it? Brett Davidson, your team, margin and blue ribbon medalist.
Yeah, look, it's pretty hard to go past Balwyn, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go.
Really?
I'm going to go for Noble Park as well. I just got that funny feeling that their last 2 weeks they've been building up to something pretty special, and they've got that all-round group. So look, I'm going to go 4 points. I could be very, very wrong, but I'm going to go for 4 points. And I really like Sam Monahan. I reckon he's going to come out and have an absolute blinder today.
Braden Ingram, thanks to Choose Tap, your selections.
I've said it was going to be a Noble Balwyn all-year grand final. I think Noble's going to win it by 4 points, and Vergam faking the ruck is going to have a blinder.
Media manager Ben Waterworth.
Hello, BWS. Great feeling down grand level at the moment. Look, I'm going for Balwyn. They have been the best team all year, and I'm actually going for Christian Sanfilippo to take out the blue ribbon medal. Quickly down boundary side, Billy Vickers, Damien Watson, your predictions.
Thanks, boys. I'm going Balwyn as always. I'm just going to give you the starting benches quickly. It's going to be Hendry, Turner, Hogel and Godbleetson for Balwyn, and on the bench for the Noble Park Bulls, we're going to have Angelopoulos, Mitchum, Smith, and Jacketine, I believe, Damo.
Yeah, I'm going to predict a 5-goal victory to Balwyn. I think they can vindicate their dominance this year.
Great work, Damien Watson. It's time for the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Here on AFL Game Day, it's Ben Warren Smith.
The umpire throws the ball aloft, and it'll be Watts versus Fake. No one got the clear knockout that time. It comes out now towards the McConnell direction. It bounced away from him. Bouncing football. Harper's out there. So too out there is Harris. Bouncing football up towards the half-forward line now for Balwyn. Great use of the body out there by Murray on the right boot. Inside forward 50. There's nobody home. Sam Monahan stays in position A. Fills the hole nicely. Switches the ball out towards Bob Kemperman. He's got Allen a little bit wider if he wants to use him. Elects to go for the longer option. Bouncing football comes out. Bo Cosson had a ripper game last week. Little handball over the top. Put his teammate under a lot of pressure there in Kelly. He got dispossessed of the football. Bo Cosson lays a nice little tackle there on Jared Wright, and we'll have a bounce 55 to 60 metres out from the Balwyn goals. First minute of football, Division 1 Choose Tap, a grand final. It is sure to be an absolute cracker as the umpire throws the ball up now. That was well done there by Watts. Went down towards the Kelly direction. Picked up there by Regan. Kicked towards the top of the goal square. Which way's this one going to go? Great mark coming out and taking it there was Luke Barker, top of the goal square. And he'd expect him to go back to put his first on the board for the day, and Balwyn's.
Just had a chat with Luke Barker's father on the ground a lot less than 10 minutes ago, and he said the one thing Luke wanted to do this afternoon was get that first mark, strong contested mark, kick that first goal for. He's a big confidence player, and Davo, this will be just the start he's looking for.
Oh, exactly.
65 goals for the season. This is a big one, and it goes straight through the middle. First blood to the Balwyn Tigers, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it only took them 1.5 minutes too. They are 1 straight 6. Noble Park yet to score.
Interesting matchup is Churgwin's gone straight to Scalzo. And a really negative move on him. He's not leading him at all. So that's one move from Balwyn to try and take out one of the key midfield players that plays forward and goes through the midfield.
So ball back in the middle now. Balwyn with the first goal of the Choose Tap Grand Final. Fake went up in the ruck, clearly got the tap down. O'Regan was there at ground level, came out to Harris. His left foot kick up towards the half-forward line was okay. Mark not paid to McMahon on that occasion. Bulls pounce in over the top. Keely's underneath that one, and it'll be tossed up about 90 metres out from Balwyn's goal. 2 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Balwyn 1 straight 6. Noble Park yet to score. Umpire Dan Beard throws the ball off. Fake got the tap down again, but Sanfilippo grubbers a kick out there. He might get a second opportunity. His first kick was smothered, and umpire Dan Beard crosses himself, and we'll see a ball up.
Bit of a surprise, Davo. Marco Regan's gone straight to Craig Anderson. I don't know if he's the prime mover in that Noble Park midfield anymore, though.
Yeah, and the other one is Gilchrist has gone straight across to Harper. That's going to be a fantastic matchup.
course, Tim Harper playing a fantastic role in Noble Park's victory last week. Lots of people raving about his best on-ground performance against Vermont. Ball up now, Monaghan try to feed out a little hand pass to no avail, as if on cue Harper and Gilchrist go at the footy, and Gilchrist is wrapped up by Harper, and we'll see another ball up. They're just edging closer to the goal here at the moment, the Tigers. Umpire Dan Beard looking to clear the space. Watts and Fake go at it. Watts got the tap down, straight down to Monaghan. Umpire has now pulled out a free kick, and it will be for a hold, and Noble Park will be the recipients at true centre halfback.
I really like the way Balwyn line up there at stoppages. They throw McMahon behind the contest, and it's a really good move.
Risky kick from Allen towards the broadcast position. Hand pass there from Goldsack was smothered by McConnell. Well done by the big ball, Trent Robertson. Big hand pass over the top to Fake. Works in tandem with McConnell. A bit too hot on that occasion for McConnell. Ball comes out now. Here's the class of Anderson. Hand pass over the top to Kemperman. A right foot kick inside forward 50. Which way will it bounce? Dawes in front. He goes to ground now. Can he pick it up? It comes out towards McConnell. Almost got a high tackle. He did. So umpire Dan Beard will pull out the free kick and it will go to McConnell. He goes up with a hand pass to Harper, this way then that way. Back to McConnell. He can unload from 50. He goes towards the top of the goal square. A big pack will fly over the top. No mark clearly taken. Millhusen gets the hand pass off to Murray, and they're off on the outer side.
And Murray spots up there Tregear at centre half back. He's got a player running in the middle of the ground in Rennie Gilchrist. He could have a bounce or kick it up towards centre half forward. Barker's coming out, but it's been chopped off nicely there by Luke Bull for Noble Park across the half back line. Tim Kelly at centre half back takes the mark now.
As soon as Gilchrist got that ball, Bull took off from his man and went and played in the hole then. Really good football.
Harper took the mark inside the middle of the ground and he spots up a teammate right at the 50. It's Allen on the left boot, kick to the top of the goal square. That was an absolute shocker. And getting down and taking a good mark was Big Rod Crow, the last line of defence. He's got Taylor Gilchrist short if he wants to use him. Does so. So the brother of Skipper Rennie kicks it out towards Alan Murray on the wing. What a lovely kick that was. The veteran Murray gets a little handball away to Rennie Gilchrist. He was dispossessed of the football big. Bergen Fake comes in and spots up a target at centre half forward. On the left boot now, Stewie Kemperman bangs it from outside 50. Which way will this one go? It pushes to the left-hand side. Minor score is the result. It's their first on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Noble Park. They are one behind, trailing by 5 points. Balwyn a 1 straight 6, 5 minutes gone.
I like the move that Mick Fogarty's trying to do. Make Bo Cosson go to Rod Crow. We saw last week he made Dean Millhouse very accountable for him and stopped that zone off that we know Millhouse is good at. Rod Crow's probably the next best at it in the competition. So Fogarty's trying to make him accountable and not allow him to drop back and take uncontested marks in defence.
Braden Ingram, some early stats that matter thanks to Choose Tap.
Noble Park 4 tackles to 2 and also inside 50s 3 to 2.
Ball comes out towards the broadcast position here. Dawes at the back of the pack. The big man loped after it. Almost on top of the footy. Charlie Hendry once holding the ball. Umpire Jordan Buckingham said, no, I want some limelight, gentlemen. I'll toss this one up. True centre wing position, broadcast side. A big crowd building up here at Bayswater Oval. They're still coming in through the Bayswater Road gate. Ball up now. Watts got the clear tap down, straight down to McConnell though. He's been prominent early. A hospital hand pass towards Monaghan. He was dispossessed. It comes out to Hendry. He's missed the target with that hand pass on that occasion. And umpire Jordan Buckingham calls for another ball up on the broadcast position here.
I think that both sides are pretty nervous just by some of the handling errors in the first couple of minutes.
So ball back in the opportunity here for Balwyn. McMahon slips a tackle and he spears it towards the half-forward line, but that's gone out of bounds on the full. You don't often see that, Davo. A kick from Ryan McMahon go out of bounds on the full. So players are nervous at Bayswater Oval today.
Actually, when he picked the ball up, I thought, here's a bloke who won't miss his target.
So Plymouth goes across his defensive goal square and finds Luke Bull. He streams out of defence with a hand pass to Tyson Mitchum. He's got Plymouth who kept on running through the middle. They link up through hands. They run straight into a Jared Chirgwin tackle and it'll be balled up in the middle of Bayswater Oval.
They're taking the game on at all costs at the moment, Noble Park. They're trying to run through the middle with hands, and I don't mind that move.
Watson Fake, give that one to Fake. Came straight down to Stevie Kenner. He paddles after the football now. Couldn't get a clear hand pass away. Umpire's pulled out a free kick for a push in the back, and it will go the way of Stevie Kenner, the former Box Hill Hawk, a superstar of the EFL. And that's a superstar kick. A beautiful kick inside that forward 50. And Shane Tregear has taken the mark 50 metres out. He'll probably kick from about 55, but he's a roosting left foot kick, Shane Tregear.
I much prefer him on the run than from a set shot, though, Shane Tregear. So I reckon he might struggle to make the distance. He has gone back a long way, so he might be trying to simulate that sort of situation.
Played 19 games and kicked 20 goals in 2013, Shane Tregear. One of the best wingmen going around in the Eastern Football League. From 55 metres out, the kick is on its way. It might just fall short, goes right to the top of the goal square, and it's thumped over the line and out of bounds. We've played 7.5 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's Balwyn 1 straight 6, and Noble Park are 1 behind.
The umpire brings the ball back into play. Barker and Fake. Fake over the back. Tregear was at front and centre. Couldn't quite pick it up. Maybe McMahon can scoop on it. He nearly copped one in the back. He was barraged by 3 Bulls. Brought to ground and will have a bounce 35 metres out from goal. 8 minutes gone here in the first term. It's a 5-point margin. The Tigers have it. Fake got a good knock down that time. Anderson got it away to Harper. Scrambled to kick out towards the wing position. Needs a favourable bounce. Nicely picked up there by Christian Sanfilippo. Drives the ball inside forward 50. The pack forms. Who's going to be front and centre? It'll be Harper. He's had such a good final series so far. Kicks it in towards the middle of the ground. Coming out and almost taking the mark there was Big Dunn. He broke the tackle. Got a handball away. That was okay. Keeley on the right boot. Kicks a scrambly kick up towards half forward. It's a Crow versus Costin scenario. Crow got the big fist away out towards the Hendry direction. He has to be clever here. He has to get away from Allen. Got a handball back to Steve Kennett. Copped one in the back. The umpire said it was advantage paid. Now Balwyn kick it up towards the middle of the ground. That barely went 15 metres, but the mark's been taken by Turner. Looking for players to run along in support. He's found one there in Hendry on the right boot. Goes up towards the half forward line inside forward 50. The ball goes now. Gottliebson's at the back of the pack. So too is the big man Fake. He wanted the safety net of the boundary line. He eventually got it, and over she goes for a boundary throw-in.
He's been good so far, Fake. He's been involved. He's good below the knees. I really like the way he approaches the game.
Fake goes up against Turner. Umpires paid a free kick here, and it'll go the way of Fake in that ruck contest. So they move it along nice and quickly here. Bull got the little handball back. Bob Kemperman's all the way by himself across the half back line. He managed to keep the ball in and alive. Takes the mark. So grandstand side of Bayswater Oval. Short passes on towards Kelly. That kick was 2 up and under, and Jarek Turgwin came over the top and knocked the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Great defence in from the Balwyn midfielders, though, to zone across and hem Noble Park in. They didn't allow them to switch and find space on the other side of the ground.
Ball comes back into play, 45 metres out from Noble Park's goal. Turner got the tap down, a hand pass from McMahon out wide to Tregear. He now wants to swing on that left boot, Tregear, and he does no, so now gets it off to Gottliebson from 45 metres out. His kick was smothered by Anderson off the boot. He still had time and composure there, Gottliebson. Ends up with Sanfilippo via a chain of handballs. He sets up the captain in Rennie Gilchrist, spears it towards Barker or Goebbels, and Goebbels is in front on that occasion. And last year's Cliff Tompkins medalist can go back and look to put through his first for the day.
They're really patient then, Dave. I mean, the way they just shared the ball around that forward 50-metre arc, very Sydney Swans-like, until they isolate the target they want inside forward 50, and then bang, it's just like a lightning pass in there.
Plus, they play that +1 player behind the contest all the time.
So Jeff Goebbels had an outstanding season. This will be actually for goal number 50 for 2013. He played a game to die for against Vermont in last year's Choose Tap Grand Final, and this will get the confidence up and about. He'll be kicking from 35 metres out. Goebbels kicks for goal and nails it. Big kick from Jeff Goebbels. And 1 goal to Barker and 1 goal to Goebbels. The 2 big forwards on the board early for the Tigers. Balwyn 2 straight 12. Noble Park 1 behind. 11 minutes gone. The Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Braden Ingram, some stats that matter thanks to Choose Tap.
Balwyn inside 50, 7-3, and they've already taken 3 inside 50 marks to Noble's none.
Let's go down boundary side. Billy Vickers for Akira Urgent Care.
Thanks, Benny. Both teams ringing the changes down here. Balwyn a little bit more prevalently. Rennie Gilchrist has already been on and been off. He's just sprinted back on into the forward line. But boys, Georgie Angelopoulos is on the field, so take a look out.
High threw it up. It was a good knockdown there by Fake, but Balwyn got the clearance. Bouncing football inside forward 50. Plimman goes after it against Goebbels. There might have been a little bit of holding going on there. The kick scoots out towards the Charlie Hendry direction. Right on his hammer there is Bull. He had the poise. He got the handball over the top. That was nicely done. Angelopoulos, he sold some candy. Now kicks it along the wing position. It was a neat pass too, but he just couldn't spot up the big man in Matt Dunn, and the ball's fisted over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Dunn really needed to hold that. I don't think he had that much pressure on him, and that's the key. When they get it there, they've got to make sure they hold their marks.
Higher brings the ball back into play. Turner had the front spot. Good ball scoots in towards the middle of the ground. Nicely done there by Taylor Gilchrist to put his body on the line. Got a handball out towards Sanfilippo. Kick goes inside forward 50. Goebbels is the first one there to trap it. Couldn't quite. Noble Park through Bull. Needed to break a tackle there. Got the handball away to Trent Robertson. He just barged his way through a pack, and eventually the ball lands in the arms of Craig Anderson. Kicks in towards the middle of the ground. Nice. Oh, that was very, very clever play. Inside forward 50. The ball goes now from Smith up towards the door direction. He had the back spot. He needs some support. Here's some support. Shane Allen got brought to ground. Fantastic tackle there by Crow. flag. The umpire said play on. Gottliebson got the little handball away. Angelopoulos jumped up, took the ball, hit the deck, and the umpire will come in and bounce it 55 metres out from the Noble Park goal line.
There's already a difference with the way the ball's been brought in forward in both teams. Brought in long by Noble, short by Balwyn.
So the umpire throws it up, picked up nicely there by Dorr. Got a kick up towards the inside near the forward pocket. He was looking there for Cosson at the fall of the ball. Goldsack put his body on the line. Cosson goes after it again. He's brought to ground by Goldsack, and we'll have a bounce 25 metres out from Noble Park's goals.
Former Scoresby teammates Cosson and Goldsack tackling each other there. Bit of a different story compared to 12 months ago.
Just a touch as the umpire throws it up. Cosson took it from the knockdown. He was brought straight down in a tackle, and we'll have another bounce. Straightened up a bit, 25 metres out, almost directly in front of the Noble Park goals. They're yet to get a major on the board this afternoon. Pye throws it up. Dorr got the knockdown. Angelopoulos is in there. So too is Sanfilippo. Dorr comes in. Kemperman nicely done there by McMahon to get the handball out wide to right. He gets a handball away, and now the Tigers are out on the outer side.
They are. Steve Kenner's got it at the left half-back flank. He chips it over the top to the hard-running Charlie Hendry. Hendry looks for a hand pass over the top. He says, come at me, boys, but no one did come at Charlie Hendry. He's at left half-back now, and he'll drive it out towards the half-forward flank. Alan Murray's there. Was he illegally dealt with by Luke Ball? He wasn't. And Kelly comes in and takes a mark from Noble Park. Tim Kelly, so impressive a couple of weeks ago, Davo, in that match against Norwood. And he'll be looking to try and replicate that performance today.
Yeah, his run from defence was absolutely sensational that day.
That kick wasn't sensational towards Daniel Keeley, put him under a lot of pressure on that occasion. Mitchum, a hard nut, tried to break a Steve Kenner tackle, he didn't. Ball comes to ground now. Umpire Jordan Buckingham swoops, and it'll be balled up edge of the centre square here at Bayswater Oval. Let's go down boundary side. Damien Watson for Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, pulsating atmosphere down at ground level, boys. The crowd has built up significantly over the past few minutes.
Watts, a clear tap down towards the advantage of Harris. McConnell met it first, but he's immediately wrapped up 45 metres out from Balwyn's goal. The Tigers 2 straight 12. Noble Park 1 behind. 14 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard in this first term of the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Beautiful hand pass from Broadhurst. Set up his skipper and Rennie Gilchrist. A classy kick from the left footer is just off to the near side on that occasion. Out of bounds on the full. So as Damo said downstairs, it's a great atmosphere here at Bayswater Oval today. Kelly brings it in short to Keeley. That kick was better on that occasion. Working in tandem, they work it out wide to Ball. Hand pass to Stuart Kempman now off to Mitchum. Tyson Mitchum straight into the middle of the Bayswater Oval. Needed an accommodating bounce on that occasion. Did Angelopoulos. He didn't quite get one. Almost thrown out on that occasion, but it works out nicely for Churgwin. Hand pass back to Gottliebson. Plenty of time on his hands to assess, and he goes out wide. The kick was pretty ordinary on that occasion. Straight into the hands of Luke Ball, who's had plenty of the footy early. Inboard to Harper. Harper marks and plays on immediately. Spears the ball inside. Did a Matt Dunn. Had 2 players to contend with. He also had Rod Crow at the back. And Crow has got a free player out wide here in Hogle. He marks right in the footy EFL logo. Broadcast side now. He gets a hand pass off to the run of Taylor Gilchrist. He chips it short looking for brother Rennie. The two playing their first grand final together. It sets up Jaden Hogle from 45 metres out. Hogle towards goal. It swings back and it goes through. Jaden Hogle puts through the Tigers third, and they've got a great start in Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. The Tigers 3 straight 18. Noble Park 1 behind. 16 minutes gone. First term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
They'd be pretty angry with, I thought, Cosson's, I suppose, attack or lack of attack on the football. When the ball went out there, down the forward line, Crow took the advantage, left him, went forward, made the contest. Cosson waited for the contest to come to him. It didn't, and away they went. Interesting to see a young bloke kick the ball right foot, bounce it left hand.
Pye throws the ball back in the middle. The clearing kick there by Harris. Bouncing football up towards centre half forward. That was okay. Goble's got the little handball away to the run of Stevie Kenner. He loves this left foot position. He got tackled at the last moment and couldn't get enough purchase on the kick. So Noble Park through Tim Kelly will get the clearing kick out towards the half back line. It wasn't too crash hot. Tregear might be the first one to meet this here for Balwyn. Got the little handball back. That was good. Fraser on the right, on the left boot. Stevie Kenner now inside forward 50. The kick was half smothered and over the boundary line it goes. 40 metres out from the Balwyn goal line.
The 2 times they played earlier in the year, the one thing Noble Park were able to do was put scoreboard pressure on Balwyn. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that today. Balwyn are the team that's jumped out of the blocks.
Dawes moved into the ruck. It was thrown in there on hands and knees. Watts got the little handball out. That was okay. Here's Gilchrist on the right boot, bouncing football through for 1 behind. So Balwyn get their first minor score of the afternoon. Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 17.5 minute mark. Balwyn are up by 3 goals here, 3-1-19 to 1 behind.
Braden Ingram for Choose Tap.
At the moment, the hit-out's Balwyn leaving them 11-9, and they're also leading the clearances 6-3.
What's the inside 50 count at the moment, Brad?
The inside 50s, Balwyn 10, Noble Park 6.
Yeah, I think that's the difference is at the moment they've had 10 for 4 scoring shots compared with 6 for 1, and that, they've had it in there enough, Noble, just haven't used it.
Well, there's another shot for goal coming up here from Alan Murray. Of course, the former AFL player with St Kilda, playing his last game for the Balwyn Tigers this year. From the impossible angle, from 45 metres out, it goes right to the line. Oh, don't tell me! Alan Murray, the miracle goal from the veteran. He puts it through for the Tigers, and they go on to 4-1-25. Noble Park, 1 behind, 80 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. If that doesn't inspire you, Brett Davidson and Peter Baird, I don't know what will.
That was a sensational goal, what they needed. One of the keys at the moment is that every time Noble get the ball and they're coming through the middle, Balwyn have got 1 or 2 players playing back all the time. They've been really patient with their setups. Noble are just rushing it a little bit. They've got to control the football and control the flow if they get a chance.
Free kick to Watts in the middle of the ground, was quick to give the handball away to Harris, who drives the ball up towards half forward, and guess who? Alan Murray comes out and takes a mark. Inside forward 50, he'll go towards the Barker direction. That goes that direction, and he comes out and takes a very strong mark. Great use of the body. He's very tied up against the boundary line, but distance will not be a problem.
I think Taylor Gilchrist would be a bit angry because he's sitting by himself there in the hole, and Barker really needs to kick this.
Well, he certainly knows where the big sticks are, Luke Barker. He's kicked 1 goal this afternoon. That makes 66 for the season. Starts his approach. He'll kick from 40 metres. The crowd will tell the story. It's a strong kick. It's a fantastic kick, and it just drifted at the last moment through for 1 behind. That's the second on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to Balwyn. They are 4-2-26 as we cross time on in the first term. Noble Park 1 behind.
It's very interesting that it's time on in the first quarter against Vermont last week. Noble Park were in exactly the same situation, 4-2-26 to 1 behind. I don't think the job's going to be as easy, though, coming back against a Balwyn side like this is what they did against Vermont.
Kelly's turned it over here. McMahon now 25 metres out from goal. His left foot kick was smothered, though, by Stuart Kepman. Speaking of left foots, here's one. Stuart Kepman goes out wide towards the outer side. The bounce needs to be accommodating for Allen. It suited Chergwin in the end. He slipped at the wrong time, and he trickled over the line and out of bounds. It'll be tossed back in. True centering position on that broadcast side.
And you saw then the ball and put the press. Balwyn all were pressed up, and he had nowhere to go to. Kepman, he just kicked it to a nest of Balwyn players.
Well, it might work out okay here as Dorr went up in the rack, got the tap down. Kearley fed out a hand pass to Harper, intercepted though by the Tigers. O'Regan will lead this one across with Bull. O'Regan picked the ball up now, almost got pushed in the back there by Bull, and umpire Dan Beard agrees. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Mark O'Regan. One of the best run with players in Division 1, and 25 metres against the Bulls as well, so this will take O'Regan to about 60 metres out from goal.
Their 1 metre pressure is enormous at the moment, Balwyn. Anytime there's a metre around the ball, they're putting pressure on it.
He gets a hand pass off to Tregear, wants to get on that left foot. Tregear spots up Hogle in the middle, didn't quite reach him. Ball comes to ground now. Harris is in there trying to win a hard football. Players converge on it now. Galante in there. He's riding the bottom of that pack, and umpire Cameron Frazinski comes in and says, "Give it to me, gentlemen." It'll be balled up 45 metres out from Balwyn's goal. Balwyn 4-2-26 leading, Noble Park 1 behind. 1 versus 3 in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. It's sucked out towards the outer side. Picked up by Taylor Gilchrist. Beautiful spin by that time by Taylor Gilchrist. The snap around the body towards the top of the goal square is through for a minus score. That's Taylor Gilchrist's first score for the afternoon. That's Balwyn's 7th scoring shot there. 4-3-27. Noble Park 1 behind. 21 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Braden Ingram for Choose Tap.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. At the moment, the inside 50s, well, they're growing for ball, and they lead them 12-6. The effective tackles 10-9. 10-9. Balwyn leading those.
Kelly went short to Bob Kemperman. Using the grandstand side here. Swaying up his options, going to kick it towards the big man fake. It didn't have the carry coming over the top there. McConnell nicely knocked over the boundary line and seen doing that. Ryan McMahon.
Their options and choices are a little bit off at the moment, Noble, aren't they? They're not really making the right choices for the players. Maybe they're not moving enough to create.
Over the back door, picked up there by Murray, kicks it inside forward 50. Nearly a free kick paid. Allen will mop up here for Noble Park. On the left boot now, his kick was smothered in the middle of the ground, but he had running support there in Mitchum. Got the handball away to Anderson, and now Noble Park is streaming forward. The skipper crosses the 50. He might go for goal here. He kicks it to the top of the goal square. Angelopoulos is there, and nicely done there to create the spoil. Jared Churglin rushes it through for one behind, but that was a lot better play there by Noble Park, moving the ball straight down the middle.
It was, but again, he took the bounce. Angelopoulos had the break. He took the bounce. He could have kicked it over the top, and Angelopoulos would have run into an open goal.
Balwyn 4-3-27, Noble Park 2 behinds, 22.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Got Liebson receives now, gets a hand pass off to the runner Taylor Gilchrist. The kick just over the head of McMahon. Goebels tried to pick up the crumbs. McMahon went in a second time and won it. A hand pass back to Churgwin now at left half back. He kicks up towards the half-forward line. Standing in the hole though is the big man Vergem Fake, being very impressive early. He gets a little hand pass over the top to Kelly. He's got Stuart Kepman in the middle of the ground, this way than that way. He wants his left side. Hand pass a little too hot for Mitchum. Did he get one high? Umpire Cameron Frazinski said play on. It'll be balled up in the middle of Bayswater Oval. The Tigers by 25 points. 23 minutes gone, first term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Your field umpires Cameron Frazinski, Jordan Buckingham and Dan Beard today. Coming up at the third man there was Trickier. Tried to tap it towards the advantage of Mark O'Regan. Coming in though is Anderson. O'Regan wearing Anderson like a glove, except for that last play where Anderson kicked inside 50. And it'll be balled up once again. So umpire Cameron Frazinski now recommences play. Turner went up in the ruck, got it down only as far as Monaghan. Luke Smith went up in the ruck, couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Comes down to Stevie Kenner. He dribbles it forward in hope more than anything else. Goebels is there. He's followed closely by Plimmin. And boundary umpire Ashley Hawke says, I want to throw this one in right in front of Mick Fogarty in the coach's box. Braden Ingram for Choose Tap.
Balwyn dominating the clearances at the moment. They lead them 10-3.
Ball comes back into play now. Turner got that one down. Anderson was at the fall of the ball, couldn't pick it up cleanly. Mitchum's hand pass intercepted by Turner. Hand pass comes out to McMahon. McMahon from 45 metres out puts another one through. The class of Balwyn is showing early here at Bayswater Oval. The Tigers 5-3-33. Noble Park 2 behinds. Gentlemen, it's a 31-point ball game. 24-minute mark at the first term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
The other thing that Dan Donati's done is identified that Noble Park are trying to switch it back into the central corridor and try and run and link up. And the actual Noble Park, the ball and press, is actually protecting that space there, which is forcing Noble Park out wide. And as soon as Balwyn are able to turn the ball over, they switch back into the corridor and they've got numbers in the corridor.
Turner versus Fake got the knockdown. Monaghan came charging through up towards the Cody direction. Couldn't quite trap the football. It might work out okay here. Handball out wide. Will link up eventually with Smith. On the left boot now. Smith goes inside 450. That's a good kick. Good stretch there by the big man Dorr. And in fact, it's done. 50 metres out from goal. He'll have a shot 45-degree angle. They need this one to go through.
They do, and that's probably the first touch that Scalzo's had, and it's a crucial one. He's been right out of the contest so far.
So, Matt Dunn, 35 goals for the season. He fancies himself from this position. It's not favoured for right footers, but it doesn't matter when you have class players. Dunn from just outside the 50. It's coming back. It hits the pine 3/4 of the way up. So they just can't find the big sticks at the moment, the Noble Park Football Club. They are 3 behinds on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 5 goals behind Balwyn at the 25.5-minute mark.
Let's go boundary side for Akira Urgent Care, Billy.
Just quickly, boys, you talk about Balwyn's pressure. Rennie Gilchrist spent his entire break on the bench just completely berating and urging his players on to work on that press, directing them from the boundary line. They do not want to take their foot off the accelerator, boys.
Thanks, Billy Vickers, for Akira Urgent Care. As the Tigers have worked it out along the outer side. Broadhurst went up in the ruck, in that contest, I should say, but thumped away by Bob Kemper on that occasion. Of course, Blake Broadhurst, the former leading goal kicker with Waffle side Subiaco, come across to the Tigers during the middle of the season, and he'll look to have a big impact today. In fact, as if on cue, Broadhurst has been awarded a free kick for chopping in the arms, I think, against Bob Kemper on that occasion. So Broadhurst now with a high kick up towards true centre half forward. Goebel sets himself. Ball went to the back, picked up here by Fake. He's doing everything at the moment, Vergem Fake. He spears it up towards Scalzo in the middle of the ground. Nice work. Ends up with Stu Kempman towards the half forward line. Standing strong, John Milhusen, the big number 1 for Balwyn, takes it 45 metres out from his defensive goal. He'll switch it towards the other side where he finds his good mate Jared Wright. And Jared Wright now chips it over the top, the PE teacher. Back to Broadhurst and back to Rennie Gilchrist, who's on the ground now. About 30 metres out from his defensive goal. He's got big Renwick, Watts outside. Look at a player all by himself here, right in front of us in the broadcast position. It's Churgwin. Churgwin now plays on quickly, and over the top is Hogle. He needs to wait and sit that. He did that very nicely, Hogle. He played on immediately, had more time than what he thought. He was looking for Goebbels on that occasion. They might have turned it over, but there is the quarter-time siren. A 27-minute quarter and a very good quarter for Balwyn. They lead by 5 straight goals on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Balwyn 5-3-33. Noble Park 3 behinds. 1 goal each to Barker, Goebbels, McMahon, Murray and Hogle. And Noble Park yet to get a major on the board. We'll take a break here on EFL Game Day. Some analysis, some Choose Tap stats. We'll have an interview with one of the coaches, Dan Barron, this side for Akira Urgent Care, right after this here on EFL Game Day.
Oh, what's wrong? Chipped tooth. I know I should do something about it, but dentists are so expensive.
Not all of them. Box Hill Family Dentistry isn't. And because they're part of the Whitehorse Community Health Centre, you're supporting the community too.
Affordable? Really?
Affordable quality dental care for the whole family is now available with detailed treatment plans, so there are no hidden costs, and you can even claim your private healthcare fund rebate on the spot. Go to boxhillfamilydentistry.com.au. Station sponsor.
Boys, we're at the bottom of the ladder, but that's okay. It's part of my cunning plan to make a late run at the premiership.
Coach, the finals have started and we didn't make it. Maybe we left our run too late.
I knew I should have got a breeze tag so I'd be fully awake when I got here each week. Better get one before cricket season begins.
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's east. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
For the best EFL rap on radio, don't miss Akira EFL Sunday from 10 till 12 every Sunday morning on 98.1 Radio Eastern. Ben Warren Smith and the team bring you all the final scores, goal kickers, best players and ladders following a big round of EFL footy. The gang also talk to winning coaches, players and special guests to bring you the final scores from all seniors, reserves and under-19s matches. Akira EFL Sunday, going live and local for your footy from 10 every Sunday on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Desperately need budget-friendly windows? Visit T&B Discount Window Warehouse, who'll have the right solution for you. T&B has new and surplus windows to suit any budget needs, and you'll still have spare change to finish off your renovation. Visit T&B's new Superstore, Unit 4, 116 to 118 Canterbury Road in Kilsyth. T&B Discount Window Warehouse, part of the EAL and AW Window Transport Group, your number one in window transport.
Call 1300 075 038.
Program sponsor. It can be difficult booking an appointment with your GP when you need medical care urgently. But at Akira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic, you don't need an appointment and you don't have to wait. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333. That's 9839 3333. Akira Urgent Care. We'll have you off the sidelines in no time. Station sponsor.
Own a smartphone and love the Eastern Football League? Then the EFL mobile web app is a must for you. Go to m.efl.org.au to access fixtures, results and ladders for all EFL grades. You can also receive live around-the-ground scores every Saturday afternoon right from the palm of your hand. And contribute to the mighty EFL forum while you're online. Download the EFL mobile web app to go live and local for your footy this season, right from the palm of your hand. For all the latest news and information on the Eastern Football League, make sure you check out our website, www.efl.org.au.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Yes, live and local at a picturesque Bayswater Oval today. It's the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final, and by the looks of things, it could be Balwyn's day. They have jumped the Bulls, no doubt about that, in the first term. A quarter time, it's Balwyn 5-3-33, leading Noble Park 3 behinds. A goal each to Barker, Goebbels, McMahon, Alan Murray and Jaden Hogle. That one from Alan Murray was a team lifter. Brett Davidson, special comments, been keeping a close eye on that game. Noble Park rattled? Is that the best way to describe it, Davo?
Oh, I don't know whether they're rattled. I just think Balwyn have been clinical. I think that's the way to look at it. The way they move the football, really impressed with their discipline across their half-back line. They switch, move, play the +1 really well. Their midfield pushes up and then creates... They do things extremely well. Noble are trying to play their game. They're just not getting their hands on the football enough. And when they are, they've been put under pressure, making some simple errors. So, look, it'll be interesting how they respond. They've responded every final so far, Noble Park. How they respond this quarter is going to be really interesting.
And Noble Park, you know, when they go forward, they just haven't lacked, I suppose, a bit of penetration. They haven't lacked the danger. They've lacked some danger up there at the moment. Whereas Balwyn go forward at the moment, and Goebbels and Barker look like they're going to mark everything. And look, and they're being very disciplined. They put the ball within the 30-metre range, and there's always one of those players leading into that spot. It doesn't, and that's a beauty of their team, is that they don't rely on one. They've got three that can move through that spot. Whoever's there will take the mark because they're so good. They've hardly taken a contested, strong mark in their forward line. They've all been short kicks to marks basically on the chest. That's a sign of a team that knows their strengths, knows how to use the football, and has got a lot of confidence. Balwyn 5-3-33 leading Noble Park 3 behinds on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That is the quarter time score here at Bayswater Oval. Before we head boundary side for Akira Urgent Care, let's go to Braden Ingram for Choose Tap Stats.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Well, at the moment, it's Balwyn leading the hit-outs 15-12. They're dominating the clearance as well. Clearances across the ground, leading them 11-5. In terms of the inside 50s, well, evened up a little bit towards the end of the quarter. 14 to Balwyn, Noble Park 9. The marks, key here, intercept marks. Noble Park have had 6 to Balwyn's only 2. Turning over a lot in the forward half there, Balwyn. In the inside 50 marks, Balwyn have had 4 to 1. And the effective tackles at the moment, Balwyn 14, leading Noble Park 9.
Great work, Braden Ingram. All thanks to Yarra Valley Water. Be Smart Choose Tap. And of course, this is the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final, and Balwyn leading 5-3-33 to Noble Park 3 behinds on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Certainly been a great start for the Tigers, and it certainly has been a wonderful opportunity for Balwyn. Let's go down boundary side for Akira Urgent Care. Billy Vickers with Mick Fogarty.
Thanks, Ben. I'm just with Noble Park coach Mick Fogarty. Mick, wasn't the first quarter you were hoping for, really, was it?
No, but we can work ourselves back into the game. We just got to make sure we're more composed across half back. Happy with our numbers back there, happy with our representation, but on the rebound we just didn't hurt them enough. So we got it in our arc a couple of times, and again just couldn't hit the scoreboard. So whilst we're not too far away, we've got to make sure this quarter that we can work our way back into the game and actually use a footy. Simple as that, really. Use a footy, stop their better players getting it on the overlap.
You've got the win this quarter, so you think it's a bit of work rate, a bit of composure, and you could be a definite chance to come back in and just give this a shake.
Oh no, we just got to work, get our hands on the footy, get our numbers around the footy, and then we'll see what happens up.
Thanks so much for your time, Mick.
Great work, Billy Vickers down boundary side with Noble Park coach Mick Fogarty for Akira Urgent Care. We'll cross down very shortly to Damien Watson, who was down boundary side. Actually, we might even go down to Damo now, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. What was said in the Balwyn huddle, Damo?
Well, Betty, just quickly, Dan Donati, understandably very pleased with that first quarter. Praised his side's accountability and tackling pressure.
Thanks very much, Damo. Ben Warren Smith.
Umpire throws it up. Fake got the knockdown. Coming through was Harris. On his hammer was Harper. Gilchrist is in there as well. Nicely scooped upon there by Taylor Gilchrist, who kicks the ball up towards the half-forward line. Coming out on a long lead was McMahon. He's hot to trot. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Spots up his teammate in Blake Broadhurst. Takes a strong mark, and it didn't take them too long, 20 seconds in fact, to be having their first shot on goal in this second term.
And again, it was clinical, wasn't it? Then all the passing's been nice and easy, nothing above the head. And now he goes back, puts a goal here. It really shakes Noble.
23 goals for the season. Blake Broadhurst, he's set sail for goal. Have a look at that one. Goes straight over the goal umpire's head. What a start here for the Balwyn Football Club. And they got cheered home, but eventually went through for one behind. So I do apologise to all the... Hit the post on the way down.
Yeah.
So no third umpire needed here, but the first minor score on the board goes to Balwyn for the second
Certainly
term.
was. It looked like it was going through BWS. I can certainly empathise with you as Tim Kelly and Harper look to run it out through hand pass along with Stuart Kempman. They're going through the hard way at the moment, but Stuart Kempman ends up with it. He goes on that trusty left foot kick and goes out wide. On the bounce, McConnell didn't get an accommodating one at all, but he'll get a free kick on that outer side. Just going in a little overzealously on that occasion was Roderick Crowe, and McConnell receives the free kick. Goes short to Harper, who's had a fair bit of footy early. He marks true centering position on that outer side. Tim Harper had a magnificent season, of course, on Werriby's list last year. Only played the one senior game, but he's come back to the Bulls this year and had a magnificent season. Speaking of magnificent, he's a very nice player, and Renwick Watts on that outer side.
Got to play in front, Alan.
And he's got more of a contest. Like, he played behind but didn't even give a contest.
Watts' kick put Rennie Gilchrist under a lot of pressure. Brad Scalzo, though, a little too crude with that tackle, and he's given away a free kick to the Balwyn skipper. Rennie Gilchrist goes across his defensive goal. He's got Ben Harris. He works it out towards Milhusen. Kick needs to be good. Was a good kick. The mark was even better from John Milhusen on hands and knees. Milhusen now, called to play on by the umpire. He's being rushed now. He's kicked short, looking for Kenner. It just gets there. Had Cosson very close behind him. Kenner in the left back pocket, chips it short. And mark taken here by Taylor Gilchrist. Of course, Taylor and Rennie Gilchrist playing in their first grand final together, and they're hoping more than anyone else that they can win a premiership together today. Beautiful kick from Taylor Gilchrist out wide to Milhusen. He switched out towards the outer side. He spears the ball along the wing. Beautiful kick out to Broadhurst. Murray's off and running. Now here's the skipper, Rennie Gilchrist. Didn't get an accommodating bounce on that occasion. He's got Bob Kempman for company. Well done by Bob Kempman. Little underground hand pass sets up McConnell. McConnell now works in tandem with Stuart Kempman. Here's Anderson. He didn't get a good bounce. He's got 3 Balwyn players to contend with. O'Regan got a hand pass out wide to Ben Harris, and they are on. Taken here by Tregear. He's got Barker on a long lead now. He'll go towards that direction. He spotted the kick. He checked his kick. Too hot for Broadhurst on that occasion. Noble Park will bring it out across half-back.
Clemens sold some candy, got a handball over the top. They're streaming up towards the wing position here. Allen got the handball away. Keeley on the right boot up towards the half-forward line. Dorr got a chop of the arms, and the big man will take it about 55 metres out from goal. Now, he can kick this distance, but he'll need to get onto it perfectly.
Yep.
Doesn't look too confident. Allen's asking for it on the side. He might go backwards here. He does so. Spots up Tim Kelly in the middle of the ground, who's drifted down nicely, and he spotted up a teammate across centre half forward. And Daniel Keeley takes the mark. In fact, it's Andrew McConnell. Yep. 55 metres out.
At least that was better, a little bit more measured. They took their time a little bit, which was good, because otherwise, they've brought the ball out of defence a few times and had sloppy disposal.
So Andrew McConnell, he needs to lift his side. He kicks from 50 metres out. It's going straight. It's going long. First goal on the board to the Noble Park Football Club. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as we cross the 4-minute mark of this second term, they are 139. Balwyn 5-4-34.
Yeah, look, they needed that goal, and I'll tell you what, just before that, Balwyn had produced probably one of the best plays of football I'd seen bringing the ball out of defence. That was as crisp as football as you'd ever want to see, and then unfortunately Gilchrist mucked the bounce. But it's good to see them kick a goal, and that'll give them a bit of confidence.
They're so clean with their ball movement, they're so skillful, they very rarely miss a target. So, just the way they execute is just superb.
Nothing better than seeing Rennie Gilchrist and Craig Anderson run through the middle of Bayswater Oval as if on cue. Here's Craig Anderson, spins out of trouble, got off to Shane Allen. This will lift the side from 50 metres out. Shane Allen towards goal, just off to the right-hand side, but Noble Park have lifted in the past couple of minutes. They got their tails up, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, we've played nearly 5 minutes in this second term. Balwyn 5-4-34, Noble Park 1-4-10.
I'll be interested to see what happens in the next couple of minutes, because that was crucial. That was an easy goal to run into, and that would have really lifted the side.
Kenner plays it to himself from the kick-in, drives the ball out towards the Watts direction. He got dumped after he kicked it, so it'll be a downfield free kick, and it should be in the arms of Shane Tregear here. So across the half-back line, short passes on. It was dangerous on the left boot, but it was good. So Balwyn through O'Regan. A little handball back to Harris, over the top to Tregear. They've got players out wide if they want to use them instead. Why not go the direct way to Stevie Kenner in the middle? Eventually streams a handball out wide. Jared Churgwin's got it now on the left boot. Kicks it up towards centre half forward. It's a 2-on-1 situation, and the two win out in this one. Nicely fisted over by Daniel Keeley for a boundary throw-in.
He's in a bit of trouble, Mark O'Regan, as well, after that contact. He's coming straight off the ground there, so looking to see our Kira Urgent Care boundary riders might be able to get a bit of an update on that.
Pyer throws it in, fake from the back spot, got the fist on it. First player to meet it might be Gottliebson, but it was picked up by Sam Monaghan. Cute handball to Anderson, who kicks it up towards the door direction. The big man had to get down. He got ripped in a tackle by Stevie Kenner. Look at the size difference between those two. And we'll have a ball up in almost true centre wing position out here at Bayswater.
It was like a chihuahua barking at the heels of a St Bernard then.
Pyer throws it up door. He's winning those knockouts. Got it straight down to Mitchum, who kicked it up towards centre half forward, and a good strong mark taken by Bo Cosson. He should fancy himself from just outside 50 here. Kicked 5 goals last week.
Tell us about Bo Cosson's game last week, Frosty. He must have been on a good...
he's given a little handball away to Tim Kelly. They need to be cute here. They need to be smart, and they were. Luke Bull makes space about 45 metres out, so this will be a little bit easier shot on goal.
It is. Luke Bull's a fairly good set shot on goal as well, and I much prefer the ball in his hands here than in Bo Cosson's, so I reckon he can get the journey. It's just a matter of accuracy. Again,
nice little setup there. They didn't panic. They didn't bomb it in. They waited to get the short in, and that's a good way of getting back into the game. Got to make sure they hit the scoreboard.
Looking for 2 in a row for Noble Park. Bull on the left as he brought it back enough. It was coming and coming, but through for a minor score. Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 7-minute mark of the second term. Noble Park 1-5-11. Balwyn 5-4-34.
So a picturesque Bayswater Oval sees the Tigers leading this one by 23 points. Harris brings it in short. It's a good kick. Mark taken by Jared Rice.
Tell you what, the crowd's built up in the last half an hour out here as well, Ben. It's really big now.
They've discovered that the weather's okay at Bayswater Oval today, and they ventured out to Bayswater Oval. Right call to play on now. Dangerous hand pass in to Gottliebs, and beautiful tackle by the Noble Park skipper Craig Anderson. Noble Park fans screaming for holding the ball, and there are plenty of Noble Park fans out there letting umpire Dan Beard know all about it. Ball up now. Kosserman up as the third man. Anderson tries to gather. The boundary line beats him. It'll be tossed back in 30 metres out from goal.
He's had a good last 5 minutes, Anderson. Really got involved, and I think that's really important for the group.
The 2007 and 2011 Chandler medalist Craig Anderson. One Chandler medal away from being inducted as an EFL legend. For the time being, his ball went across half-back, picked up here by Crow. And Hendry now off half-back, goes out towards the outer wing. Bounce suits Ball, though. Ball can chip it inside forward. 50 kick needed to be good. It wasn't. The mark's been taken by Steve Kenner at half-back. He's got Rennie Gilchrist in the middle. Here is that beautiful sight. Gilchrist through the middle of Bayswater Oval. Spears it inside, forward 50. Barker got rid of Robertson on that occasion. Bounce needs to suit Burke. Barker, beautiful little pair out of trouble. Got a little hand pass over the top to Jaden Hogel. He'll stroll in and kick the goal. Luke Barker, all class from the big man. That is his second goal, and that is Balwyn's sixth for the day, and that is their first of the second term. 8.5 minutes gone. Balwyn 6-4-40. Noble Park 1-5-11 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's just a contrast between the two teams at the moment. Noble Park really scrap hard to try and get the ball down there, and Balwyn almost at ease, run the ball through the centre of the ground and just take the ball into their forward line and just create scoring opportunities almost at will.
That was a coach killer, that missed kick in the forward line there with... from Ball, I think it was, coach killer.
It's crossed down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Damien Watson.
Just quickly, Marco Regan for Balwyn is back on the ground.
So the free kick's been paid in the middle here. It'll go the way of Balwyn. Sanfilippo on the right boot, switches the ball out towards O'Regan. Sprinted on the ground and sprinted to the far side of Bayswater Oval. Kick up towards the 50-metre arc, getting down low. Jeff Goebbels couldn't quite pull the mark in right on his hammer. Jared Plymouth letting him know all about it, how he dropped that football. And we'll have a boundary throw in 55 metres out from the Balwyn goals.
I just think Noble Park need to exert some physical pressure on Balwyn at the moment. Balwyn are just running around and doing as they will a little bit in space. I think Noble Park need to try and put some real hard pressure on them.
Well, the kick from the stoppage goes to the top of the goal square. 2-on-1 situation. Nicely done there by the angry man, Robertson. He might go after it again. Great tackle he's laid there. Picked up by Hogel. He's going to get pinked here for throwing. Good tackle there by Trent Robertson. Second effort. And from the last line of defence, Noble Park will look to switch it out to the grandstand side. Andrew McConnell takes the mark now for the Bulls. Goes back to Robertson. He was in a little bit of trouble. Handball went nowhere. Johnny Muirhus and caught one on the shoulder. The umpire said play on. He goes after it again, Muirhus, and eventually it scoots out to Kenner. Kenner's little handball, 30 metres out. Snap around the body. Have a look at this one. Curled back by Broadhurst. Touched on the line. He's getting oh so close, Blake Broadhurst. And another minor score on the board to the Balwyn side. 10.5 minutes gone in the second term. 6-5-41. Plays 1-5-11.
Kelly brings it in short. The kick needed to be good, and Daniel Keeley on hands and knees got the mark, but a 25-metre penalty, I think, for an infringement off the footy on that occasion.
By Geordie Buckingham all over that one.
Right on that one is young Jordan in his first Division 1 grand final. The mulleted one, they call him Strawny. Rightly so with that very ordinary haircut. As it comes out now from Keeley towards Stuart Kempman. Bounce needs to be good. Alan Murray was there with him. And the ball beats both those players over the line and out of bounds. Damien Watson for Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, just a quick point from ground level. Balwyn seem to be communicating better and their teamwork has been exemplary so far.
Umpire Ashley Hawke throws this one in. Turner went up in the ruck against Vergam. Fake. Players converge on the footy now. Murray somehow ends up with it. Fed out a hand pass towards Taylor Gilchrist. He's opposite number 5, and Monahan was there. Socketed it off the ground up towards the half-forward line. A juggling effort from Goldsack did well. Composure from young Jared Goldsack on that occasion. Hand pass back to right, and now in the hands of Mill Hughes at right half-back. He'll look to bring it inboard, but he had no options. He'll go along the boundary line, go towards the Goebbels direction. Goebbels almost held without the footy. Umpire said play on, and Christian Sanfilippo there is tackled over the line, and it'll be tossed back in 55 metres out from Balwyn's goal.
It's probably the first time I can remember Balwyn being forced to kick long down the line, down the boundary line. They're very rarely able to do that. They normally look inside and be able to link up with run and carry, but maybe the things are starting to turn around. Noble Park's pressure and intensity is starting to lift.
Keeley at the bottom of that pack, along with Ben Turner, and it'll be balled up by Umpire Dan Beard at the edge of the centre square. Braden Ingram for choose tap.
Noble Park are dominating the hit-outs 9-1, but they're actually losing their clearances 3-2 this quarter.
Jaden Hogle, big thump forward, and the third man up. In fact, it was O'Regan on that occasion. He's advanced his team about 20 metres forward and it'll be balled up 60 metres out from Balwyn's goal.
What do you think about trying something different, Dave? You've got a guy like Shane Allen in the middle at the moment, who's got a match up with Jamie Gottliebs, and in the forward line, I really like Shane Allen in that situation. Maybe push him deep and try something different.
Yeah, well, he's not really getting much of the football on ball, so you might as well put him in an area where he can be a little bit more dangerous.
Smith's kick pretty ordinary in that occasion, chopped off by Taylor Gilchrist. He goes inboard to O'Regan. It's very strong hands presented by Mark O'Regan on that occasion. Gilchrist goes up towards the half-forward line and Goebels on a long lead. Sorry, in fact, it's Broadhurst on that occasion. Now he goes towards the half-forward line, and speak of the devil, here is Goebels, 35 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle.
And that's the complete difference between the two sides. Noble had a kick, missed the target by 5 metres. Balwyn have got the ball and gone bang, bang, bang. 3 kicks, all hit their targets. The real difference between the two sides at the moment is just how clean Balwyn really are.
So Jeff Goebels already has 1 goal for today. Balwyn have 6. This will be for goal number 7. Jeff Goebels, a star from Western Australia, came over at the start of last year and won the Cliff Tompkins medal for the best player on the ground last year. For his second goal, the kick from 45 metres out. Kick looks a little to the right off the boot. Doesn't have the legs. It goes right to the line. It's up through for a minus score. So Balwyn 6-42. Noble Park 1-5-11. 13 and a half minutes gone in the second term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Stuart Kemperman for Noble Park. A little bit indecisive. Might go towards brother Robert. Bobby comes up and takes a good strong mark. Almost across the half back line now for Noble Park. He copped one on Charlie Hendry's knee on his way down, but quick to pick himself up. So Bob switches the ball back. Tim Kelly. Don't know where Tim Kelly's kick was going. That was an absolute shocker. It's been chopped off there by Harris. 50 metres out from goal. He could nearly put this one through, Harris, but why would you bother when you can go into the forward pocket where an unmanned Luke Barker has taken the mark 30 metres out from goal? You cannot afford to leave players like him by himself.
No, look, that was brilliant from Balwyn. What they did was that they played their zone. They pushed their zone really tight. And what that meant was that Noble didn't have any options outside. They've been trying to run the ball through the zone. They couldn't do it, turned the football over, and now Balwyn have got another shot at goal.
Currently the lead is 31 points to Balwyn. They have the momentum, they have the ascendancy, and the ball in the arms of Luke Barker. He kicked 1 goal in the first term. He crosses the 50-metre arc now, sets sail for goal. This is a beautiful looking kick straight over the goal umpire's head. It goes. That's 2 on the board to Luke Barker. Balwyn have their 7th on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, moving them along to 7-6-48. Noble Park 1-5-11.
I tell you what, that miss earlier on after that first goal that they kicked has been crucial.
Yes.
You know, miss it. They got all the energy. Get it? They got all the energy. Miss it, and bang! It's just gone back to what it was in the first quarter. At the moment, got to be careful they don't get completely blown out in the next 5.
Braden Ingram for choose tap.
Stats are pretty even at the moment. Noble still dominating the hit-outs 9-3, but Balwyn still in charge of the clearances. Inside 50, 6-5 in favour of Balwyn, and the inside 50 marks, Balwyn leading them 4-3.
Umpire Cameron Frazinski circles around that contest, and we'll have a secondary ball up. Sun-drenched Bayswater Oval at the moment in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Monaghan came through, tried to break 3 Balwyn tackles. He didn't have any prior opportunity at the same time, so umpire Cameron Fasinski will throw this ball up for the 3rd time within 30 seconds. Balwyn 48, leading Noble Park 11. Hope you enjoyed the call on EFL Game Day. Right around the world. The San Filippo got a hand pass over the top to Murray. He's freed up Tregear, and Tregear's hand pass suited up here in Harris. Back to Tregear, wants to get onto his left boot. He did that nicely. He spears the ball inside forward 50, just short of 50 in fact. Rennie Gilchrist arches the back, spears it up towards the half-forward line, and Goebels now, if it's Barker at one side, it's Goebels at the other, and Goebels can go back and look to put through his 2nd goal.
I think I've used the word a few times today, but clinical. That is just exposed.
It's ruthless, Dave. It's ruthless the way that they're able to pinpoint a target going forward, and their foot skills are absolutely sublime at the moment. I don't think I've seen a team execute as superbly.
No, this is as good as I've seen a team in the AFL play football.
Goebels got 1 goal, 1 for the day. This to make it 2 goals, 1. The kick is on its way. It looks a little to the right, but it just hits the woodwork. And Jeff Goebels not happy with that one. 1 goal 2 for Goebels. 7 goals 7, 49 for Balwyn. Noble Park 1-5-11. 17 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So Kemperman goes short. Just need to break this zone out of the half back line here, Noble Park.
And that's not the way to do it.
Long kick out towards the wing position. Mark has been taken there by Jared Wright. So he'll look to bring the ball back into the middle of the ground possibly. There's a lot of Tigers. It seems to be Tigers everywhere at the moment as Wright kicks the ball inside forward 50. Broadhurst will have the front spot at the side there. Kemperman got a little knockdown. Cosson's in there as well. Couldn't quite trap the ball. Broadhurst goes in after it again. Tyson Mitchum almost copped one in the back. The umpire said it was all fair and we'll have a bounce 30 metres out from goal. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Dan Donati emphasised at quarter time that the Balwyn locked down their opponents inside their forward 50 and they're just doing it so effectively at the moment.
Dorr got the knockdown. It came out to Robertson, back to Dorr, and they link up in a series of handballs here on the left boot. Here is Scalzo up towards the wing position. The kick had to be good. George Angelopoulos, he's been relatively quiet, but the ball hasn't really seen him. Handball over the top towards Shane Allen. He'll want to swing back around on the left. He needs to be smart. He needs to be cute, and he spots up Luke Cody 45 metres out from goal. Difficult angle, but he must have a shot on this.
Got to go back and kick the goal in this situation just to break that run of momentum that Balwyn have shown. It's really, really important here for Noble Park.
Yeah, look, it's a tough kick, but we've seen it done before today, so let's see if he's taken some note of what Murray did.
So Cody, he's kicked 27 goals for the season, so he certainly knows where the big sticks are. He'll need to start at left and let it work its way back. It's a good-looking kick on goal, but he started at a touch to the right and threw for a minor score. Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 19-minute mark of the second term. It is Balwyn leading this one, 7-7-49. Noble Park 1-6-12.
I reckon that was Luke Cody's first touch for the day. He hasn't had a lot of ball time today, Cody, but he has been pretty prominent this season. He actually booted 27 goals for the year, so he's a dangerous small forward. Here's Taylor Gilchrist working in tandem on that outer side towards the outer wing. Good kick, good mark from John Milhusen. He played on pretty quickly. Look at Alan Murray, just take that with the 1 bit, and they're off and running. Here's Rennie Gilchrist through the middle of Bayswater Oval once again. Inside forward 50. Bounce needs to be good here for Goebels. It wasn't. Robertson did very well on that occasion. On hands and knees, fed it out towards Plymouth. Not sure where to go though, the big man. He'll bring it out towards the half-back flank. Kick needs to be good. Which way will it bounce for Ball? Ball did well. Oh, great tackle though from Charlie Hedry with the one hand. The ball was good enough to get it off to Georgie Angelopoulos. His kick was smothered off the boot. Anderson, though, stole it from Sanfilippo. He's got a player over the top in Scalzo. Shields the sun from his eyes. Almost took the mark. Did pretty well to recover, though, Brad Scalzo. He's running himself into plenty of trouble, but he's cool and composed. His left foot kick inside forward 50. Only as far as Rod Crow. And here go Balwyn off half-back. Renwick Watts out wide to Murray. Murray gets an accommodating bounce at right half-back, and he has all the time in the world. He strolls with one bounce and goes towards the outer wing. Goebels was there, held without the footy surely on that occasion. Umpire Jordan Buckingham was seeing me in unison, and Buckingham pays the free kick to Goebels. Goes short and finds Taylor Gilchrist.
Again, you saw the use of the football going into the forward line by Noble was very rushed. Balwyn are just being very calm and just using it beautifully.
So Gilchrist kicks the ball up towards the half-forward line. A pack forms over the back air. Who's going to be able to get the knockdown? Fall the ball there, left there by Rennie Gilchrist for his teammate in Ryan McMahon, who was nicely wrapped up in a tackle across the 50-metre arc. Defensive there for Craig Anderson, and we'll have a bounce.
Well, the one thing that I think Daniel will be disappointed is that every time they kick the ball long into the forward line, Balwyn, they don't really get much from it. So I think they'd rather be a little bit more patient, be able to switch it across ground when they can, because when they do that, they're very, very dangerous.
Craig Anderson coming off with a blood rule. He'll be replaced by teammate Luke Smith. So the ball's on the far side of the ground out here at Bayswater Oval. A very handy 37-point lead currently to the Balwyn Football Club, and it is down there in Braden Ingram. Some Choose Tap stats.
Balwyn leading the inside 50s 10-6. Also the inside 50 marks 6-4, and the effective tackles are 6 apiece.
Watt's got the knockdown over the top of Sanfilippo's head. Nicely picked up there by McMahon. Got a little handball out wide. Wedging his way through was Rennie Gilchrist. Scrambling kick up towards the top of the goal square. Oh, they link beautifully in handballs. Running into the open goal. They go on and miss it. Sanfilippo, how did you miss that from only 10 metres out? That could have nearly shut the gate, even though it's only the second term out here. 21 and a half minutes gone in the second term. 7-8-50. Balwyn plays 1-6-12 Noble Park.
I don't think that was as bad as Justin Van Unen's miss earlier on in the season. Vermont supporters will know what I'm talking about, but that was up there. A big kick towards Smith. Big fly from behind. Couldn't quite take the mark. Plymouth on hands and knees. Chirgwin put his head over the footy, tried to feed out a hand pass. Umpire Dan Beard says, give it to me, gentlemen. We'll see it. Balled up 55 to 60 metres out from Balwyn's goal. Fake got the tap down, but straight down to Harris. The Noble Park defence is under so much pressure at the moment. Tregear comes out and marks 40 metres out, almost directly in front.
But did you see that? He got the ball. He didn't blaze away. He deliberately put the ball into that 30-metre zone.
Into space, yeah.
And they had someone take it on their chest. He marked that on the chest, 30 out. That's just great skill, knowing what your player's going to do, and just keeping space open all the time.
Shane Tregear almost directly in front. Left footer. A bit of a breeze around. He'll look to use that towards his advantage. Well, he certainly didn't use the breeze to his advantage. It went straight to Trent Robertson, who marked, in the end, about 5 metres out from his defensive goal line. He gets a little hand pass over the top. It was messy. Ball wrapped up in a big Alan Murray tackle. It still might be okay here for Balwyn. Barker dived on top of that football. Umpire Cameron Frazinski says, let's ball this one up 30 metres out from Balwyn's goal.
The other thing that's happening here, Davo, is the Noble Park defenders are experiencing inferred pressure now. Not because of the tackling pressure that the Balwyn forwards are putting on there, but the delivery inside their forward line is just putting them under so much pressure that even when they've got the ball in their hands coming out of defence, they're getting caught and fumbling and turning the ball over.
Definitely.
McMahon went in there with Mitchum. There are 2 hard nuts for you. Speaking of hard nuts, here's Scalzo. Very nice contested ball winner on that occasion, but it might have been turned over. Scalzo actually went in for a second time. Kicks from it off the boot, though, on that occasion. In there is Hendry as well, who's good inside as well as outside, and it'll be balled up right in front of the big Trojan workhorse on that outer side. On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 23 and a half minutes gone. Balwyn 7-8-50, Noble Park 1-6-12.
The umpire restarts it now. Big fist that time by Fake. It was as good as a kick in the end. Cody has it at the fall of the ball. He needs to spot up a teammate. Nobody is presenting though. In the middle of the ground, they'll link up eventually. Monaghan, if he can see over the top. Allen's all by himself. Ball needs to sit kindly for him. Allen now. He might use the right boot. He might use the right hand. Eventually got the handball away to Tyson Mitchum, who was under an enormous amount of pressure. Nearly copped one high. The umpire said play on. Nicely picked up there by Charlie Hendry. He'll go back to Milhusen there. No, in fact, it was Harris. The umpire said play on, and Rennie Gilchrist, who's having a lot of the football, the skipper, spots up his brother. They've worked in tandem nicely so far during this match.
Well, that was really poor from Allen then. He should have tackled or blocked, ran off, missed it, gave away a free kick.
McMahon spears the pass in and looking for his teammate in Goebbels, and I think he might have copped one high. He certainly didn't pull the mark down, but Jeffrey Goebbels from 55 metres out might just be beyond him here, but he's going to have no choice. Can have a shot on goal from 55 metres out. Half time out here at Bayswater Oval. It's a handy lead. It's 38 points currently for the Balwyn Football Club. We won't just say the doors are shut yet, but they are certainly closing. Jeff Goebbels starts his approach now. He'll kick from 56 metres. He might unload with a barrel here. This is an absolute monster kick. Is it going all the way? I think that has gone through. How is that going to inspire your side forward? One of the best goals you will see. 60-metre bomb out here at half-time. And the Balwyn Tigers go in at half-time with a massive lead. And look at them all get around Jeff Goebbels. He has 2. Balwyn have 8. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at half-time, they are 8-8-56. Noble Park 1-6-12.
Look at the Balwyn faithful get up and about. The Tigers have all the momentum in the Division 1 two-step grand final. Rennie Gilchrist with a big smile as he comes off the ground. It's half-time here in the two-step grand final. Balwyn 8-8-56 leading Noble Park 1-6-12. That was Goebel's second goal. 2 to Barker, 2 to Hogle, 1 to Murray, Broadhurst and McMahon. And Noble Park's sole goal kicker is Andrew McConnell. What a first half for Balwyn. Can they continue it? We'll predict the first half and we'll have a chat to 9 News' Clint Stanaway right after this here on EFL Game Day.
Oh, what's wrong? Chipped tooth. I know I should do something about it, but dentists are so expensive.
Not all of them. Box Hill Family Dentistry isn't. And because they're part of the Whitehorse Community Health Centre, you're supporting the community too.
Affordable? Really?
Affordable quality dental care for the whole family is now available with detailed treatment plans, so there are no hidden costs, and you can even claim your private healthcare fund rebate on the spot. Go to boxhillfamilydentistry.com.au. Station sponsor.
If you want to be a champion in the finals like me when I used to play for Doncaster, you got to learn to listen to the ball.
Hi, I'm the ball. It's 20% off to travel on Eastlink on weekends with a car tag. Get to the game quicker and fresher.
That was you doing the Ball's voice, Coach. I saw your lips move.
What do I look like? Jim Henson?
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's East. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
For the best EFL rap on radio, don't miss Akira EFL Sunday from 10 till 12 every Sunday morning on 98.1 Radio Eastern. Ben Warren Smith and the team bring you all the final scores, goal kickers, best players and ladders following a big round of EFL footy. The gang also talk to winning coaches, players and special guests to bring you the final scores from all seniors, reserves and under-19s matches. Akira EFL Sunday, going live and local for your footy from 10 every Sunday on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Desperately need budget-friendly windows? Visit T&B Discount Window Warehouse, who'll have the right solution for you. T&B has new and surplus windows to suit any budget needs, and you'll still have spare change to finish off your renovation. Visit T&B's new Superstore, Unit 4, 116 to 118 Canterbury Road in Kilsyth. T&B Discount Window Warehouse, part of the EAL and AW Window Transport Group, your number one in window transport.
Call 1300 075 038.
Program sponsor. It can be difficult booking an appointment with your GP when you need medical care urgently. But at Akira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic, you don't need an appointment and you don't have to wait. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333. That's 9839 3333. Akira Urgent Care. We'll have you off the sidelines in no time. Station sponsor.
Own a smartphone and love the Eastern Football League? Then the EFL mobile web app is a must for you. Go to m.efl.org.au to access fixtures, results and ladders for all EFL grades. You can also receive live around-the-ground scores every Saturday afternoon right from the palm of your hand. And contribute to the mighty EFL forum while you're online. Download the EFL mobile web app to go live and local for your footy this season right from the palm of your hand. For all the latest news and information on the Eastern Football League, make sure you check out our website www.efl.org.au.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Yes, welcome back to the Choose Tap Division 1 Grand Final for 2013. And I tell you what, we've seen a pretty impressive first half performance from Balwyn. They are 8-8-56. They lead Noble Park 1-6-12. I'm the halftime host, Braden Ingram, for the Pie Shed. This, of course, is brought to you for them. And joining me up here is Brad Henderson. Brad, good afternoon to you.
Sorry, very good afternoon to you, Braden. Great to be here. What an awesome performance by Balwyn in that first half.
And Wayne Brasher, you rejoin us again. I tell you what, if you wanted to sum up a half, it was that Jeff Goebels talk. Not only was it ridiculous, but it summed up pretty much the way this game's gone for Mick Fogarty and his boys so far.
Exactly. 55-metre torpedo.
Against the wind.
Against the wind. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Noble Park at the moment, Braden, they're in a lot of hurt. They just can't seem to get anything going whatsoever. They're really, really struggling to get the ball out of the centre. Their midfield is struggling. When they have the ball, they're getting hurt on the transition. They're too slow. And their delivery into the forward line is not helping their forwards one iota.
We'll certainly come back to, we've got plenty of time to go through the first half and preview the second half. But at the moment, it's time to find out what's making news around the world. And joining us on the line is Clint Stanaway. Good afternoon to you, Clint.
Good afternoon. Well, we've got so much to cram in tonight. We are on for an hour, so lots to look forward to in 9 News tonight at 6, including all the wash-up from last night's epic prelim. Now, I've spoken to Jeffrey Kennett, who's reflected on the end of his Kennett curse. Of course, there was wild scenes at the MCG last night as the Hawks beat the Cats by just 5 points, ending a string of 11 successive losses. Also, we've caught up with Buddy Franklin, who fills us in about his elbow injury, and also skipper Luke Hodge, who's revealed how they plan to grab the cup next Saturday. They are shattered, though, for Brendan Whitecross because it's been confirmed, unfortunately, today he has torn his ACL. Also in 9 News, we'll cross live to Corey Norris, who's over in Perth, as Freo and Sydney square off. Can you believe they have purple sausages and they're washing those sausages down with purple beer? So he'll have a preview to that match. They are going off over there in Perth. Also, the latest around the globe, the hunt for two men over a violent Paran late-night assault, a prison escapee on the loose, Ron Walker's Grand Prix mission, Melbourne edging closer to an F1 deal, Casey Tatunji's grand final day, gates open at the Melbourne show, and of course we'll revisit all the latest in sport, the latest on next Saturday's grand final, as well as this one, the Melbourne Storm back home at Amy Park tonight, their premiership hopes on the line against Newcastle. I mentioned it was jam-packed. It is. That's a 1 hour edition of 9 News tonight at 6.
Thanks, Clint. Can't wait to tune in. And I tell you what, National 9 News have been tremendous sponsors all year of the AFL. We had the 9 Copter down here, so it was great to see that. And, well, down at ground level now, Ben Waterworth, I believe you're with Ray Baird.
I certainly am with Ray Baird, and what a fantastic first half it was, Raymond, by that Balwyn side. And, you know, Brett Davidson mentioned it beforehand. He hasn't seen a Division 1 side, an Eastern Football League side, use the ball so effectively and so efficiently like Balwyn. They have just been so classy in this first half.
Look, I put the word on it, awesome, Ben. Look, they've just been, as you said, so classy in everything they do. Look, their disposal is so good. They run in numbers. They support each other. They just do everything right.
Brash, I'll just throw this one back upstairs to you. Brash, you've been watching the Balwyn side right throughout the season. You've seen them a couple of times this year. Have you seen them play this clinically?
No, they're playing the perfect game at the moment, BWS. They're just doing everything right, absolutely at the right time. They're peaking right on the time.
And Brash, just thinking that they've peaked Rays. Are you seeing it? They've all everything just seems to be coming together for them well. They're using the ball so well. They're playing so well as a team, but individuals are also having great games as well.
Yeah, look, everything's going right for them, that's for sure. But look, just on Noble Park very quickly, I just thought that there was a stage in that second quarter where they had a lot of the ball, but their disposal's letting them down, and the way they're moving into the forward line, it's just not good enough.
Braden, just upstairs, it certainly has been a fantastic start here for the Balwyn Football Club. And Ray, can Noble Park come back? I know it's a 44-point ball game now. I know there's still a half a footy to go, but it's very hard to see Noble Park coming back from that because nothing's going right and they just look so under pressure down back at the moment.
Look, it's hard to see them coming back, but look, anything's possible. Mick Fogarty, I think he's got to turn things around somehow. I don't know what he can do, but if he goes in with the same setup that they've got for the first half, they're going to just get blown out of the water.
You look at their X factors though, guys like George Angelopoulos and Shane Allen in particular, very, very limited influence on the game. Craig Anderson maybe only good for sort of 10 to 15 minutes. They're just having to work so hard down back at the moment.
Yeah, look, I just think that one big key that I know, their forwards don't work hard enough to keep the ball in there. I think they need to get more out of Brett Dorr. He is a key player for the Noble Park Football Club this year, and he has really done nothing.
Well, of course, Brett Dorr and Matt Dunn really haven't done much up down that forward line as well. Where's the spark going to come from Noble Park? They might not be able to win the game, but they just need a spark because there's so many Noble Park fans out there, so many people have come to watch the game. They just need to get a spark from somewhere.
Look, they've just got to lift. I think if all players can lift 10% right across the field, I think that's their only hope. You can't just put it on one or two individuals because there's too many players who are down. So right across the board, they've got to certainly lift.
What about Balwyn, though? Of course, we've got voting for the Blue Ribbon medal today for the best player on the ground. Is there one player that's really stood out to you so far in this game, whether it's through the midfield? They've been really good, some great run-off half-back. Is there one player that's really stood out to you so far, Ray?
Yeah, look, I like the work of Rennie Gilchrist through the middle. Look, he gets a lot of the ball, but when he gets it, he just hurts you with his disposal. Jeff Goebel's up forward. He's been fantastic. That goal he kicked after the siren, that was phenomenal.
That'll be replayed right throughout the season, right throughout the off-season as well. It was certainly a magnificent game. Goal from Jeff Goebels right on half-time, and that just really saps the confidence out of Noble Park as well. And as Braden said, it really did sum up how that first half went.
Yeah, it was bad enough going in, went 7 goals to 1 at half-time, but that goal after the siren, that really hurt Noble Park.
Okay, well, we've got one half to go, Ray. What happens from here on end? Balwyn just run away with it and extend the margin, or Noble Park, can they be a bit more respectful and maybe even get back into this game? game?
It's going to be hard for Noble Park to draw that back, but I think that Balwyn's going to run away with it, Ben.
I think Balwyn will run away with it as well. Certainly been a fantastic first half by the Balwyn Football Club, and we know it'll be a great second half as well. We'll be back right after the break with all the second half action right here on EFL Game Day.
Oh, what's wrong? Chipped tooth. I know I should do something about it, but dentists are so expensive.
Not all of them. Box Hill Family Dentistry isn't. And because they're part of the Whitehorse Community Health Centre, you're supporting the community too.
Affordable? Really?
Affordable quality dental care for the whole family is now available with detailed treatment plans, so there are no hidden costs, and you can even claim your private healthcare fund rebate on the spot. Go to boxhillfamilydentistry.com.au. Station sponsor.
Boys, we're at the bottom of the ladder, but that's okay. It's part of my cunning plan to make a late run at the premiership.
Coach, the finals have started and we didn't make it. Maybe we left our run too late.
I knew I should have got a breeze tag so I'd be fully awake when I got here each week. Better get one before cricket season begins.
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's East. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
Had an accident on the field? Head straight to Ikira Urgent Care for immediate medical treatment, and you won't have to wait. For a maximum of $75, we'll treat your broken bones, sprains, strains, cuts, or any other game day injuries. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333. That's 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. We have you off the sidelines in no time. Station sponsor.
For the best EFL rap on radio, don't miss Akira EFL Sunday from 10 till 12 every Sunday morning on 98.1 Radio Eastern. Ben Warren Smith and the team bring you all the final scores, goal kickers, best players and ladders following a big round of EFL footy. The gang also talk to winning coaches, players and special guests to bring you the final scores from all seniors, reserves and under-19s matches. Akira EFL Sunday, going live and local for your footy from 10 every Sunday on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Desperately need budget-friendly windows? Visit T&B Discount Window Warehouse, who'll have the right solution for you. T&B has new and surplus windows to suit any budget needs, and you'll still have spare change to finish off your renovation. Visit T&B's new Superstore, Unit 4, 116 to 118 Canterbury Road in Kilsyth. T&B Discount Window Warehouse, part of the EAL and AW Window Transport Group, your number one in window transport.
Call 1300 075 038.
Program sponsor.
Own a smartphone and love the Eastern Football League? Then the EFL mobile web app is a must for you. Go to m.efl.org.au to access fixtures, results and ladders for all EFL grades. You can also receive live around-the-ground scores every Saturday afternoon right from the palm of your hand. And contribute to the mighty EFL forum while you're online. Download the EFL mobile web app to go live and local for your footy this season, right from the palm of your hand. For all the latest news and information on the Eastern Football League, make sure you check out our website, www.efl.org.au.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Yes, welcome back to Bayswater Oval, and it is half-time in the Choose Tap Division 1 Grand Final. All thanks to the Pie Shed. It's Balwyn 8-8-56, leading Noble Park 1-6-12. All the footies and all the fans, they've departed the ground, and now it's just the two teams, and the umpires are back on their Noble Park side. They're all huddled up. They need to find a way back into this game. They're currently down by 44 points, and they certainly need to lift. Davo, you're back up joining us. What do Noble need to do to lift?
Well, I think the first thing they've got to do is when they get the football, they've got to use it properly. I mean, that was just the key between the two sides, is that I'm sure Noble had not quite as much, but a fair bit of this football. They just butchered it all over the ground. So use the footy. The one thing that they've been very good in the last couple of weeks is controlling tempo. They just weren't allowed to control the tempo of the game at all. And again, we spoke about it during the call. Now, they've got to make sure they use the footy when they get that opportunity. They had a chance to kick 2 goals in a row. They stuffed it up. And what happens? Balwyn just continue on. What'll be interesting to see is whether that goal on the siren has really lifted the team to go even further, because even though, they've dominated, they're still only 44 points in front.
Let's go down the boundary side of Billy Vickers, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Billy?
Thanks very much, Ben. I've just gone into both rooms. Obviously, a very supercharged ballroom after that goal from Jeff Goebbels right on the stroke of half-time. As for the Noble Park Bulls, an extremely emotional address there by Mick Fogarty. His last time addressing the players, but it was no mention of him. A lot of talk of last week, however. They've come back here from before. They can do it again. Also urging the players, take the game on, boys. I don't care what happens. Just promise me you're going to play on, take the game on, don't die wondering. So extremely emotional there from Mick Fogarty. Perfect conditions down here. Obviously a huge crowd down here, Ben. 2 more quarters left of EFL football for the season. Let's get it underway.
Great work, Billy Vickers, all thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Here's Ben Warren-Smith.
And the second half is underway, and the big knockdown that time there by Watts. Couldn't quite spot up a teammate. Nicely done there by Angelopoulos. Got a little handball out towards Harper, and they find Scalzo. Just inside the centre square here, Noble Park. They need the first couple of goals. On the left boot, the kick goes inside or thereabouts to forward 50. Oh, that is a very strong mark taken by Cody. 55 metres out.
He doesn't want to kick this long. He needs to have a short option somewhere.
There's no point looking backwards. The goals are in front of you. Luke Cody, 55 metres out from goal. He sets sail. It's a good-looking kick too. Who's going to be front and centre at this one? It will be Harris. Gets a little handball out wide to Murray. On the right boot now, he sprints out of the half-back line and spots up his teammate there inside the centre square. The kick goes towards McMahon. Links up very nicely with Harris on the left boot now. The kick goes up towards the half-forward line. Needs to bounce favourably for O'Regan. Bob Kemperman comes over to put his authority on the match, and over the boundary line it goes. 55 metres out.
I don't want to be critical, but that was just, you just could see that happening. Big bomb, big punch, rung the football out of defence.
Well done there by Watts. Got the knockdown. McMahon might be able to run onto this. Anderson down on hands and knees. Got a little handball out, but to no avail. The ball scoots out towards the Plymouth direction. He was cool in a hot situation. Got the handball away to Anderson in the middle of the ground. Allen has it now. Handball over the top. That's nicely done. Harper on the right boot. In fact, it was Bull. He might have hit Dorr here, and he takes the mark, the big man. 45 metres out from goal. And once again, Noble Park, well, they'll have the first shot on goal inside forward 50. And Brett Dorr, who's been relatively quiet so far in this match, when moved into the ruck, he has won a lot of hit-outs, but he needs to make an impact on the scoreboard.
Although that was better, Dave, it was still tentative in the way they moved the ball forward. They were waiting for that crunch to come for a tackle, and just were sort of chipping the ball around with no authority.
Yeah, we'll see if he's usually a pretty good kick, so let's see if he can nail this one.
He's a great kick. He's hit 48 goals for the season from outside 50 metres. That has gone straight through the middle, and that is the start that Noble Park are after in this second half. Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 2-minute mark. Noble Park moved to 2 goals, 6-18, but they're still trailing Balwyn, who have a fair old lead at this stage, 8-8-56.
At least then with their run through the middle, then with their handballs, they controlled the tempo of the handball. It wasn't all rushed. They held the football back. A little bit lucky because they got a tackled kick that fell the right way, but that's a good kick for goal. Gives them a bit of confidence. Now they've got to make sure they back it up with a second one.
Cheerio to the Williams family who are watching this live at 1:45 in the morning in New York, and they're Balwyn supporters and they are loving, I'm sure, what they are seeing. Cheerio to you, thanks for tuning in. Here's Anderson in the middle of the ground. The ball was stolen off him though by his opposite skipper and Gilchrist. Spears it inside into the Goebbels. Jeff Goebbels on the chest. He's too good for Jared Plymouth at the moment. He marks about 40 metres out, almost directly in front.
It's not often you see a forward being able to run at full tilt and actually take a chest mark like that. That is just quality football, and Plymouth did everything. He was right on his hammer. He just couldn't stop that. That was just fantastic.
Pretty handy delivery from Rennie Gilchrist as well on the left boot, who is putting his hand up for the blue ribbon medal today. So Jeff Goebbels, who kicked one of the goals of the season on the stroke of half-time for his third goal from 55 metres out. It's off to the left on this occasion. Probably should have gone with the torp.
Yeah.
It's off to the left-hand side, and Jeff Goebbels puts through his third behind. He's actually got 2 goals, 3, Jeff Goebbels today. Balwyn 8-9-57. Noble 2-6-18. 3.5 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So Tim Kelly goes short. Robertson. Oh, his kick was smothered. That is very dangerous. The ball's at the top of the goal square. This will be as easy as you like. Goebbels around the corner. In fact, as Barker puts through his third goal of the afternoon. And there's the quick answer for the Balwyn Football Club. They did it in bits, and at the 4-minute mark of the third quarter, they moved to 9-9-63. Noble Park 2-6-18.
And that's where the difference is in the sides. I don't like that little chip out sideways where they're using the kicking out, because what it does, it completely covers up one side of the ground.
Hems you into a pocket.
And you could just see he didn't have any options. He didn't know it didn't judge the man on the mark. That's terrible. Really disappointing.
Ball back in the middle. Vergem fake with a clear, decisive tap down. Tregear tried to come through and run it, but O'Regan, who's getting plenty of the footy at the moment, kicks up towards the half-forward line. McMahon picks it up cleanly. Handballs off to Harris. 55 metres out. He chips towards the lead of Barker. Got it very nicely on the bounce. A hand pass over the top to Murray. Alan Murray towards goal. Just off to the left-hand side and through for a minor score. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's Balwyn 9-10-64. Noble Park 2-6-18. Almost 5 minutes gone.
Kelly goes short to Plymouth. Scalzo calling it for it at centre half back. Instead, Plymouth goes out wide, and it was a good mark taken out there.
That's a bit better. Yeah,
the
inside.
Right boot, Keeley has it.
Centre it back to the corridor.
And as Peter Baird said, that's exactly what they do. Plymouth goes out wide to Scalzo.
And that's tempo footy there. That's exactly what they've been good at, tempo footy.
Scalzo's kick goes along the wing position. It sat up very, very nicely. Mark's been taken by Andrew McConnell. He's got players in the middle of the ground if he wants to use them. Daniel Keeley takes it. Did a bit of a U-turn, switches it into the middle of the ground. That's a dangerous kick. Angelopoulos needs to be on this. Harris, who's had a super game for Balwyn this afternoon, just mops up and snaps it out towards the wing position. They have the run here. Nice hand over the top there by Broadhurst. Spotted up Alan Murray. Couldn't quite pick the ball up, but his riding shotgun there was Rennie Gilchrist, the skipper. On the right boot, goes inside forward 50. Bouncing football. This might work out right here for Goebbels. On the left boot, Jeffrey Goebbels puts it through for one behind. 11 on the board now to the Balwyn Football Club. It is 20 scoring shots to 8 out here at Bayswater Oval. 9-11-65, plays 2-6-18, 6 minutes gone.
2 goals, 4 for Jeff Goebbels this afternoon, so he certainly had plenty of opportunities. The ball's bringing it out towards the middle of the ground. Here's Anderson. He ran into 3 Balwyn players. It might still work out okay, though. The hand pass came out towards Angelopoulos. Too hot for him. Sam Filippo trying to pick it up on hands and knees. Fed out a hand pass to Murray. He gets it out wide to Jared Wright. He chips it over the top. It's a good kick as well. And Mark taken in the pocket by Blake Broadhurst. He's about 45 metres out, pretty close to the boundary line.
He wants a goal, I think. He's had a couple of goes. I think he's
got one for the day.
He wants another one. That's just another turnover, which was a very poor option in the middle of the ground from Noble Park then.
So Blake Broadhurst, former leading waffle goal kicker with Subiaco. The kick towards goal will just fall short. Fake is there. He'll thump it through for a minus score. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, we've played 7 minutes and it's Balwyn 9-12-66, Noble Park 2-6-18.
So the ball's been brought back in. Short pass, Anderson. He'll spot up Stu Kemperman. Across the half-back line, they go into the middle of the ground. George Angelopoulos takes it. He's got players running in tandem here. That was okay there by Keeley. Ran himself into a lot of trouble. Snapped it around the body inside forward 50. Lux of fortune. Brett Dorr was in position, eh? Little handball over the top. That was dangerous. Shane Allen has it on his non-preferred side, but he's got time. No, he doesn't. Shane Tregear comes in and wraps him completely up in a tackle. Bad talk there by the Noble Park forwards.
Well, no talk, and really Shane should have known better then. He should have been able to get it off a little bit quicker than that.
Kick goes up towards the wing position now. Taylor Gilchrist bangs it on his boot. I don't think he's had an indirect disposal all day. McMahon, he was dispossessed of the football, and holding the ball is the decision. Great tackle there by Stewie Kemperman running him down. So half-back line for Noble Park. They need to get a run on 7 goals. It's a big margin to pull back, especially when you're in the third quarter. Daniel Keeley takes the mark. Drives it in towards the middle of the ground. That was a risky kick. Wright probably could have copped a free kick there. The umpire said play on. Alan Murray wraps someone up in a tackle and we'll have a bounce right in the middle here.
They're waiting. The Balwyn players are waiting in the middle of the ground for the turnover, Davo. They're reading it perfectly.
They're flooding that central corridor, which is forcing Noble Park out wide. If they try and take the game on and go down the corridor, which is what they need to do, they just turn it over because that's where Balwyn are waiting for them.
Goldsack got the handball out to Gottliebson. Out wide further to here to McMahon. Short little passes on. Taylor Gilchrist has it 55 metres out from goal. He's set sail. It's a great looking kick. It might have gone all the way through. I think that's bounced through. Taylor Gilchrist kicks his first goal of the afternoon. Balwyn get their 10th, and they are running away with this game out here in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. The Tigers are 10-12-72. Noble Park 2-6-18.
And again, look, while we've got to give credit to Balwyn for their magnificent use of the football, they are the best at really hurting an opposition when they turn the footy over. They just, as you said, they just bottled that middle up, got the Noble to turn the footy over, and away they went. They just loose players everywhere.
Braden Ingram for Choose Tap.
Yeah, uncontested possessions, Balwyn a lot more. Up until half-time, they're leading them 80-50.
Tregear with another uncontested possession goes out wide towards the half-forward flank, thumped away though towards the advantage of Noble Park. Bob Kempman picks it up, a left-handed handball inboard to Anderson, back to Bob Kempman. They're under a lot of pressure though, the Bulls, at every single possession. Hendry gave a don't argue, but he was curtailed over the line and out of bounds right in front of the Bayswater Road gate here at Bayswater Oval. Toss back in as the sun just peeks behind the clouds. We've been blessed with some pretty good weather today. And we've been blessed by seeing a great Balwyn outfit. That kick, though, from McMahon was chopped off by Kelly. Little hand pass over the top. Angelopoulos and Chergwin were there. Angelopoulos received the free kick for holding. He plays on quickly. Inside 50 to Dorr. The big mitts of Brett Dorr extended nicely there. And he can go back and look to put through his second for the quarter from about 30 metres out. So Brett Dorr's had a fantastic season so far. This will actually be for the half century. He's booted 49 goals for the year. And certainly needs to spark his side. The Tigers, Davo, lead 72-18.
Yeah, and look, they can take a little bit of heart. If he kicks this one, go back, get another one. You never know what might happen, but he's just got to make sure he nails it.
Ever the optimist, Brett Davidson, as Brett Dorr goes in for goal. He squeezes it in, and he gets his second, and Noble Park get their third on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've played just under 11 minutes here in the third term of the Division 1 Tube Tap Grand Final, and it's Balwyn 10-12-72, leading Noble Park 3-6-24.
They just can't control the tempo of the game at the moment. Balwyn are almost just hunting them down to turn the ball over, and when they do, they just hit them on the break every time, and it's that pressure around the ball carrier that they're really hurting Noble Park at the moment, and it's just a really well-disciplined team, and I don't think I've seen a more classy unit stick so well to a game plan that's been so well engineered.
Well, they need to make it a couple in a row. Charging through, Scalzo copped one on the shoulder. He'll receive the free kick, and he's quick to move on with it as well. Doubled back, got the handball away. Keeley on the right boot, kicks the ball out wide. Mark's been taken by Sam Monaghan. He goes back inboard towards Stu Kemperman, who no doubt will wind around on the left boot. He's got Smith all by himself in the middle of the ground. Instead, he goes longer to the big man fake. Sold some candy, has set sail for goal he's by himself from 60 metres. That's a ripper kick marked on the goal line. I think it might be. Bo Cosson, unattended, puts it through. That's 2 in a minute now for the Noble Park Football Club, and just maybe there is a spark left in the Bulls. 12 minutes gone in the third term. They move to 4-6-30. It's still a 42-point margin though, Balwyn 10-12-72.
I mean, one of the things about every football game is that it's very hard for a team to absolutely dominate for 100 minutes. There's going to be a flat spot at some stage. It's just that Noble have got to take advantage of Balwyn maybe having a little bit of a flat spot. That could be at the moment. I've been so impressed with Fake. He's been great considering the team's getting beaten.
Ball back in the middle. Harris, beautiful little hand pass over the top to the run of Rennie Gilchrist. That was slick. Gilchrist kick inside, forward 50, looking towards the advantage of a teammate, and Goebbels over it goes. Braden Ingram for Chew's tap.
Yeah, at half-time, Noble Park winning the clearances 26-18. They're really on top, especially Vergen Fake dominating the ruck, but it's come back now, and Balwyn leading it 6-2 in the third term.
We'll cross down boundary side very shortly as the ball comes to the ground. McMahon took it out of the ruck, almost holding the ball. In fact, it is holding the ball. Umpire Dan Beard giving a free kick against McMahon on that occasion. Let's go down boundary side for Akira Urgent Care.
Thanks, boys. For the first time today, the Noble Park supporters haven't had a lot to cheer about, but there is certainly a lot of them in the stands, boys, because they've been making a little bit of noise this last few minutes.
There's a lot of them on the broadcast wing here, Billy. No doubt about that. Cody got a high hit from Chergwin on that occasion, and he's going to receive a free kick right in front of the Noble Park coaching box. So Luke Cody, with 27 goals for the year, finds himself on the wing. He finds himself kicking straight into Alan Murray, though, and the turnover will prevail. But Tim Kelly, ever the opportunist, got a little over the top. Tapped there by Hogle forward, but straight in the hands of Sam Monaghan. Another smaller by Alan Murray, and another 1%er working very hard at the moment towards the advantage of Rennie Gilchrist. He tries to keep it in. Boundary umpire, that is, Ashley Hawke, says, I want to throw this one 50 metres out from Balwyn's goal.
That just shows the ruthlessness of that Balwyn side out there. They're 7 goals up, and Alan Murray prepared to do 2 or 3 really hard 1%ers there, even in that situation, to try and keep that ascendancy.
Oh, look, it's why they're sitting on top. And have a look at the way they've pushed back and created the wall.
So boundary throw-in occurs now. Renwick Watts went up in the ruck, straight towards the advantage of Harris. He'll run into an open goal and kick one of the easiest goals for the day. Ben Harris puts through his first, a much-deserved goal, only his 6th for 2013. Balwyn 11-12-78, Noble Park 4-6-30. It's an 8-goal ball game with 14 and a bit minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, look, again, turnovers, wasn't it? 2 smothers through 2 turnovers. It really, they didn't need to do that. The first one he's played on and shouldn't have. Probably trying to create. The second one, there was a simple kick over the top and he's just gone too close to the man on the mark.
Ball back in the middle of Bayswater Oval. Fake on the second attempt, got it down. Smith got the handball away to Anderson. He was in a little bit of trouble. Got a handball away to Scalzo, whose grubber kick found Dore across the half-forward line. They're doing it the hard way. That is a fantastic tackle there by Wright. They got rid of it though. Smith comes charging back through for the Bulls. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Big Ben Turner, and we'll have a bounce. 7.5 forward now for Noble Park. 15 minutes gone. Hope you're enjoying EFL Game Day. Centre stage, Division 1 football at its best today. Charlie Hendry went in very hard and received a free kick on hands and knees. And a great player for Balwyn, Charlie Hendry.
Tell you what, we haven't heard Galante's name mentioned too much
Luke
today.
Daniel Galante's been riding the pine for a lot of this afternoon, especially in the first half. Milhusen takes the mark. True centre wing position here. Members stand at Bayswater Oval. Got the short options on. Hendry receives it back. Gottliebson screaming for it.
They got numbers loose.
Just inside the centre square. There's short options on again. It's risky, but it's neat. The kick by Christian Sanfilippo goes up towards the half-forward line. At the fall of the ball, McMahon will get onto this, but a chop of the arms will see Jeff Goebbels have a shot for goal. He's second from about 55 metres out.
It'll be an understatement to say this is within his range, I think, after that kick on half-time.
Will he go for it again? Taylor Gilchrist on the outside, asking for a handball receive. But Jeff Goebbels will kick from outside 50. He's going to kick it to the hot spot. It's probably the smarter option there. A big fly over the back there by Murray. Couldn't pull it down. Tim Kelly has poise at the last line of defence. Gets it away to Bob Kemperman. Risky kick, but Jared Plymouth comes in and takes a strong mark, which is paid by Dan Beard right on the boundary line. So Jared Plymouth, the hard footballer, he's had a hard afternoon. Picks himself up now. Daniel Galante creates a lead. That's ignored. No doubt you'd expect the kick to go towards the Cosson direction. It was just a wall of Tigers there. Renwick Watts comes over the back and takes the mark, the big ruckman. Centering kick, that was okay. Turner has it now for Balwyn. They're 75 metres out from goal. Nearly every player is up this end of the ground. Taylor Gilchrist across the half-forward line takes it, 55 out. Now this is about where he asked for the handball receive from Goebbels, so he has to back himself in from this position, I would say.
He's got Rennie. Even Brotherly Love won't make Taylor Gilchrist give this one up. He wants some limelight.
So Taylor Gilchrist, he has kicked one goal this afternoon. He unloads from outside 50. It's going very, very long. And what a way to go. Taylor Gilchrist gets his second goal for the afternoon. Balwyn get their 12th at the 18-minute mark of the Premiership third term, and they move to 12-12-84. Noble Park for 6:30.
What was really interesting then was after he kicked it, the big celebration, and brother Rennie came straight over and settled him down and said, don't get too excited here. There's still a quarter and a half of football here. A real captain there, just settling his troops and keeping their mind focused on the job at hand.
Billy Vickers for Akira Urgent Care.
Just on that quickly, Frosty, the one thing that you take out of the rooms of Balwyn at halftime is ruthlessness. They were just saying, I don't care if we win by 10 goals or 100, put the foot on the throat.
And they are putting the foot on the throat, Billy, as Goldsack off half-back goes up towards the half-forward line. Taylor Gilchrist again was immediately rushed over the line and out of bounds by Bob Kepman right in front of the Noble Park coaching box. It really has been Balwyn's day so far in this Choose Tap Grand Final. They lead by 54 points. 18.5 minutes gone in the third term. Umpire Ashley Hawkes throws it in. Vergen Fake got the tap down. Galante's at the back. It was spilled out though to Harris. Now Rennie Gilchrist. He gets it on the act. Oh, the skipper! If one Gilchrist can do it, the other can do it just as well. Rennie Gilchrist puts through his first, and he is putting his hand up for the blue ribbon medal today. It's a 10-goal ball game at Bayswater Oval. Balwyn 13-12-90, leading Noble Park 4-6-30, 90 minutes gone in the third term.
It's a little bit hard to believe that this is a grand final, and we're talking about the two best sides, because the side that's winning at the moment is as good a team as you'd see running around the AFL in the last 15 to 20 years. They are that good, this team. It's unbelievable.
Ball back in the middle of the ground here. Fake goes after it again. He's wrapped up in a tackle. O'Regan's in there. A kick goes up forward for Noble Park this time. Nobody's in front though, but Angelopoulos at the back got a lucky little handball. Scooted it outside. Going in very hard there, Keeley. Dumped to the ground by Taylor Gilchrist. Geez, he's having a good game, and we'll have a bounce centre half forward for Noble Park. 19 and a half minutes gone, almost time on here as the ball comes out towards the Anderson direction. Speak of the devil, Taylor Gilchrist got a little handball away. Harper came in for Noble Park. Gilchrist will receive a free kick. Oh no, a little bit of holding off the ball, I think it is. So it'll be a 25-metre penalty to the Balwyn side. Braden Ingram, thanks to Choose Tap.
Hit outs this quarter. Balwyn leading them 8-5. As the clearances where they're on top, they're leading them at the moment 8-3.
Churgwin got it from San Filippo up towards the Murray direction. Goes backwards, gets it back. Alan Murray kicks it to the hot spot. It's who's going to be leading out here. Barker's out in front and he comes out and takes a strong one. He's already kicked 3 goals for the afternoon and he plays in front and he's got a big bullocking frame and he'll have a shot from 35 metres out.
Again, that's a chess mark. The amount of chess marks they've taken inside 50 is just incredible.
But just the foot skills and deliveries from both these Gilchrist boys, well, that's what I'm going to take away from this grand final. That's been absolutely fantastic. So Taylor Gilchrist and Rennie Gilchrist, and just the way they're able to hit up their players coming out on the lead, it's just fantastic.
They have faith that their teammates play in front, and they certainly do that. Barker tried to kick that ball out of Bayswater Oval. In doing so, he pushed it to the left-hand side. So minor score on the board, 21 minutes gone, and the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwyn 13-12-90. It's a 10-goal lead out here. Noble Park 4-6-30.
They're a great family, the Gilchrist family, and Dan Campbell fan out all about that throughout the week. A beautiful, nice little write-up in the Eastern Football this week about Rennie and Taylor Gilchrist. Certainly been a fantastic season for both of those players, but even more importantly, they have lifted on the big stage. The ball's bringing out towards the half-back line. Door flew from behind, but it comes out here to Luke Smith, trying to work in tandem with Stuart Kepman. The ball was smothered once again. The amount of times that Balwyn have smothered a kick or a handball today, Davo, I've lost count.
Oh, yes.
So just a little bit of how do you do. About 55 metres out from goal, and umpire Jordan Buckingham and Dan Beard, both umpires getting in there, making sure that nothing eventuates of serious nature, and the Bulls have received the free kick on the outer side. They're working along through Plymouth. Kelly got it back to Plymouth via handball. Plymouth chips it in towards the middle of Bayswater Oval, and their skipper is there to take the mark. Anderson got a kick out wide, looking for Bob Kempman, who ran hard down the field, and Blake Broadhurst was holding Kempman before he got to the football. So Bob's got the ball now, 55 metres out from goal. It's a big kick, Bob. You know, we talk about Stuart Kempman having a big left boot, but Robert Kempman's got a pretty big boot on him too. He'll switch it towards the hot spot. Door is there, but he's got to beat 3 players. Beautiful crumb, though, in the end by Stuart Kempman, and he just hits the post. To the right goal post that one is, and Noble Park 4-7-31. Balwyn 13-13-91, 10-goal ball game, 22 and a half minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard in the third term.
It's all well and good to have a bit of a how do you do on the half-back line there. At the 20-minute mark of the third term when you're 10 goals down. Where was that at the 20-minute mark of the second term when the game is still there in your reach?
Yeah, and look, it's interesting because usually when you've got a grand final like this and there's 10-goal difference, no one's really interested in watching the game. But I think people are actually watching the game, appreciating how good Balwyn are. And, they're not drifting away, which is a credit to Balwyn Football Club and the way they've gone about it.
Braden Ingram for Choose Tap.
Yeah, the inside 50s, Balwyn at 10-6, leading those. Effective tackles also in front, 10-6.
Brett Dorr copped one on the noggin. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
That's exactly right, BWS. A really nasty one right on the top of the head by the looks. He's got a fair bit of blood streaming down the face, so it's not looking good.
Mark's been taken by Goldsack across the half-back line for Balwyn. Kick goes up towards the wing position. Nicely done by Watts to get the handball away to San Filippo, who spent it before he had it. Fake came in to lay a little bit of pressure there and actually copped a hold as well. So the big man standing up for Noble Park today. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Can't do it all, though, can he? As the kick goes inboard, Tyson Mitchum.
He's tried his field kicking and his groundwork's been pretty good.
Does he stake a claim for the Blue Ribbon medal?
I don't think so, Frosty.
It'll be very difficult in the losing side as the kick goes out towards Bob Kemperman, out of bounds on the full. They'll be disappointed with that one, Noble Park. True centre wing position, far side of the ground. Well, they're mucking around with it a little bit here, Balwyn. Handball will go back towards the Murray direction. Angelopoulos came in to create the spoils, palmed it down to his skipper, had to break the San Filippo tackle, who brought him to ground in the end. Anderson, he might go after it again. Third time lucky, but on going down. He copped a hold to the leg, and the umpire said that is a legging. Sam Monaghan now, little chip over the top towards Scalzo. Scalzo has Galante all by himself across half forward, instead to go shorter to the Smith direction. Nobody was telling him once again. Tim Kelly, you were there. Daniel Keeley, you were there as well, but nobody told him he was a hot and will have a bounce just almost a centre half forward now.
I don't think anyone actually saw him come off the bench and run onto the ground then. It was fantastic.
The ball comes out towards the O'Regan direction now. Got a handball away to Tregear, and why wouldn't you give it to Shane Tregear on the left inside forward 50. Strong mark taken there by Hogle. Moves the ball on quickly. It was a little bit of a shank of a kick off the boot. Goes out towards now Scalzo. True centre half forward position now for Balwyn. Goebbels is right on his hammer. He gets the handball away to Smith. Smith kicks it up towards the Galante direction. He has to have good jukes, and it stuck nicely. Moved the ball on quickly. Stu Kemperman, he knows how to kick it inside forward 50. That's a lovely pass. And Noble Park will have a shot on goal. Bo Cosson is the recipient of that pass. 45 metres out from goal. He's not looking too confident, but he certainly knows how to kick goals, Bo Cosson. He's kicked one for the afternoon. He does not look confident. Traditionally, the ball will fade across the face of goal, so instead he kicks it to the hot spot. Going that direction now, bouncing football. It does a little bit of a wrong, and Stevie Kenner at the last line of defence clears nicely for Balwyn.
He does. He gets it over the top to Tregear, and he goes along the wing now, and they are on. They are on Balwyn. Here's Broadhurst. He plays on and goes up towards the half-forward line. McMahon one-on-one with Kelly. Kelly did pretty well on that occasion to thump the ball away, though. Can he pick it up cleanly? He's got McMahon for company. Well done, Tim Kelly. Got a hand pass over the top to Plimmin. He shrugged the tackle and gave it a little hand pass over the top to Keeley. Mitchum is there as well. They're often running through Luke Smith, who's starting to get his hands on the footy. Smith out wide here towards Luke Cody. Cody marks. He's got Cosson further ahead, but Balwyn have been able to get numbers back pretty quickly. The kick short was good. Scalzo marks right on the edge of 50. He's a big kick, Brad Scalzo, but I don't know if this will go right to the goal line. He's got Dorr on a long lead. Ignores that. It's too late now. He looks like he has to have a shot. So true centre half forward, Brad Scalzo. He'll look to put through his first for the day. He, in fact, he gets a hand pass off to Harper. The hand pass didn't put Harper towards his advantage. He goes towards the top of the goal square. Big fly from Cosson. Great mark from the former Scoresby forward. And he can go back and look to put through his second for the day. So Bo Cosson with 23 goals now for the season. This for goal number 24. The former Scoresby forward transferred over to Noble Park at the start of the season. And this to put through Noble Park's fifth, and he pops it through. Just. Goal umpire.
Just.
In Greg Alford had to do a fair bit of dancing on that occasion, but it's gone through for a major. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Noble Park going to 5-7-37, Balwyn 13-13-91, 27 minutes gone in the third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
He was just allowed a clear run and jump at the ball that time. Normally the Balwyn defenders will block that run and it stops anybody coming over the top, but in that situation there, Cosson able to get that clear line of sight at the ball and able to take a strong mark in the square.
So the ball's back in the middle of the ground here. Balwyn, they've had the answer all afternoon, and Harris has been a big part of that in the middle of the ground. Got dispossessed of the football. Mitchum got a little handball out. That was okay. Trying to get rid of it fake. That was unorthodox but effective. At George Angelopoulos got a handball away in the middle. Harris comes in again, tries to break through three bulls. Angelopoulos somehow ended up in his hands. Goes out wide. That was okay. McConnell on the right boot, inside forward 50 he goes. He got dumped after he kicked it, so it'll be in the arms of Brett Dorr, about 25 metres out from goal. He's already kicked two, and it's the siren for three-quarter time. And it's a big margin out here, but you just never know. You can peg it back bit by bit, and it all starts with this kick on the three-quarter time siren.
I thought I was an optimist, but I think that's high. Look, but the good thing is that if he kicks a goal, I think it's been, a 4 or 5 goal quarter?
Yeah.
And then that's good. They're going to need to back it up again in the next quarter.
Brett Dorr wrapped up like a mummy. Made the umpire work too hard for that one. Straight through for one behind. And at three-quarter time, it is Balwyn leading this one. And what a fantastic quarter it was by the Tigers. The premiership quarter, as it's well known. 13-13-91. Noble Park, 5-8-38.
Certainly was a great quarter for the Tigers. They booted 5 goals 5 to Noble Park's 4 goals 2. But they are looking like premiers at the moment, the Balwyn Footy Club. They've been able to get 3 goals out of Luke Barker, 2 to Goebbels, Taylor Gilchrist and Jaden Hogle, and 1 each to Ben Harris, McMahon, Rennie Gilchrist and Alan Murray. At 3/4 time in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final, it is Balwyn by 53 points. We'll come back with some analysis. We'll have a chat to Dan Donati at 3/4 time right here on EFL Game Day.
Oh, what's wrong? Chipped tooth. I know I should do something about it, but dentists are so expensive.
Not all of them. Box Hill Family Dentistry isn't. And because they're part of the Whitehorse Community Health Centre, you're supporting the community too.
Affordable? Really?
Affordable quality dental care for the whole family is now available with detailed treatment plans, so there are no hidden costs, and you can even claim your private healthcare fund rebate on the spot. Go to boxhillfamilydentistry.com.au. Station sponsor.
If you want to be a champion in the finals like me when I used to play for Doncaster, you got to learn to listen to the ball.
Hi, I'm the ball. It's 20% off to travel on Eastlink on weekends with a car tag. Get to the game quicker and fresher.
That was you doing the Balls voice, Coach. I saw your lips move.
What do I look like? Jim Henson?
Get a breeze tag and use Eastlink, the quickest way to get around Melbourne's East. Arrive fresher, play better. Eastlink, it's time better spent.
For the best EFL rap on radio, don't miss Akira EFL Sunday from 10 till 12 every Sunday morning on 98.1 Radio Eastern. Ben Warren Smith and the team bring you all the final scores, goal kickers, best players and ladders following a big round of EFL footy. The gang also talk to winning coaches, players and special guests to bring you the final scores from all seniors, reserves and under-19s matches. Akira EFL Sunday, going live and local for your footy from 10 every Sunday on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Desperately need budget-friendly windows? Visit T&B Discount Window Warehouse, who'll have the right solution for you. T&B has new and surplus windows to suit any budget needs, and you'll still have spare change to finish off your renovation. Visit T&B's new Superstore, Unit 4, 116 to 118 Canterbury Road in Kilsyth. T&B Discount Window Warehouse, part of the EAL and AW Window Transport Group, your number one in window transport.
Call 1300 075 038.
Program sponsor. It can be difficult booking an appointment with your GP when you need medical care urgently. But at Akira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic, you don't need an appointment and you don't have to wait. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333. That's 9839 3333. Akira Urgent Care. We'll have you off the sidelines in no time. Station sponsor.
Own a smartphone and love the Eastern Football League? Then the EFL mobile web app is a must for you. Go to m.efl.org.au to access fixtures, results and ladders for all EFL grades. You can also receive live around-the-ground scores every Saturday afternoon right from the palm of your hand. And contribute to the mighty EFL forum while you're online. Download the EFL mobile web app to go live and local for your footy this season, right from the palm of your hand. For all the latest news and information on the Eastern Football League, make sure you check out our website, www.efl.org.au.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
It's been a Balwyn party so far in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final, and at 3/4 time, it's the Tigers leading this one by 53 points. Balwyn 13-13-91, leading Noble Park 5-8-38. Luke Barker with 3, 2 goals to Jeff Goebbels, Taylor Gilchrist and Jaden Hogle, and 1 goal each to Ben Harris, Ryan McMahon, Rennie Gilchrist and Alan Murray. Braden Ingram keeping a close eye on all things statistics right throughout the day, all thanks to the Yarra Valley Water. Be smart, choose tap, Braden.
Yeah, in that third term, Balwyn, it was probably a little bit tighter than the score would indicate. That was probably a quarter when Noble got back into it, so it tightened up a bit in the stats. Balwyn, the hit-outs 9-6. They also dominated the clearances once more in general play, 7-1, and the centre clearances with 2 each. In terms of the inside 50s, they tightened up towards the end of the term. Balwyn 12, Noble Park 10. Inside 50 marks, Noble Park 7 over Balwyn's 4. And the effective tackles, 14 Balwyn to Noble Park 6, and finally the free kicks, Noble Park winning them there 9 to Balwyn's 5.
Great work there from you, Braden. Let's go down to Damo thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Down a 53-point margin at the final change. You must be pleased with your side's pressure and intensity to this point in the game.
Yeah, look, they've been good. They've let themselves down a couple of times. The wind feels strong out here now. It's probably 3 or 4 goal win that way. So we've got to make sure we keep working this quarter, keep hitting up. The pressure's got to maintain. We won 3 quarters, want to win another one.
And your final quarter of the season, obviously. What did you tell the boys?
Oh, look, my message is pretty simple. Don't look to the final siren. I want to win the quarter. Stick to what you know. Become accountable through the midfield. Our back six, get your matchups right. Play like it's the first quarter. That'll be the key.
Best of luck, Dan.
On you guys.
Great work, Damien Watson, down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care, and just professional as always, Dan Donati. Just win the quarter, not looking any far ahead.
And look, and that's why he's become a really quality coach. And I would imagine they will come out and they will be red hot. They, as you've seen, they are that professional a group that they are not going to lay down and say, oh yeah, we win it by 4 goals. They're going to want to win it by more, and they'll continue to push. So the thing will be, how will Noble respond to that? Because if they kick a couple of quick ones, will they just completely drop away?
Let's go to Billy Vickers for Akira Urgent Care. William?
Certainly right. The plan is for Noble Park. They do not want to drop away. He's a remarkable coach. The Noble Park coach, Mick Fogarty, and he's implored his players, keep going, take the game on, believe in yourself. We play for a proud club, never ever concede. So the Noble Park Bulls are going to at least try to come home strong, gents.
Thanks very much, Billy Vickers, down boundary side, and Billy just delivering that straight down the barrel like Mick Fogarty, I'm sure, delivered that message at 3/4 time. Great work from our Kira Urgent Care boundary riders right throughout the day. Well, the scene is set for the last quarter here. It is Balwyn by 53 points, 13-13-91 players. Noble Park 5-8-38. The weather has been fantastic for the EFL Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final today, and we've certainly enjoyed bringing you this one on EFL Game Day right across the world on 98.1 FM and EFL.org.au. Umpire Cameron Frazinski just waiting for all patrons to exit the field, and he holds the ball off now. We're set for the final quarter in the EFL season for 2013. Here on EFL Game Day, it's Ben Warren-Smith.
30 minutes to go. Who will be crowned Premier? The ball comes out towards the Robertson direction. Monaghan, in fact, it was that time, kicked it up towards half forward. Angelopoulos comes charging out, quickly wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll have a bounce. That was very good by Stevie Kenner. It's been quite fierce this afternoon, Stevie Kenner.
Yeah, and that was a great tackle because Georgie wanted to lay a big one on him then.
The umpire throws it up. Watt's got the knockdown. A lot of players at the fall of the ball here. Might have been a little bit too crude by Harper on Sanfilippo, but umpire Dan Beard said it was fair. And he throws the ball up across centre half forward. Gilchrist of the Rennie variety got it from the stoppage, kicked it up and under, kicking towards the middle of the ground. Kelly had front spot, couldn't quite pull in the mark. The ball scoots out though to Balwyn. The kick goes forward there by Churgwin. It's a 1-1 situation. Goebbels is being held by Jared Plimmin, pushed him to the ground, and the big full forward will have a shot on goal from about 45 metres out directly in front. He's only kicked one for the afternoon, and that was that monster bomb that was on at half time at this very end. So he'll be looking to put through his third of the afternoon, I should say.
Such a clever use of the body then, wasn't it? He just knew that he was going to get tackled around. He just continued to push back in, collapsed at the right time, gets the free kick, well earned. Hopefully he kicks a goal with it.
So Jeff Goebbels comes in now. Starts his run up from the centre square. The celebrations aren't too far away if he can put this one through, Jeffrey. He just pokes at it in the end. It might not even get the distance. Sits up and nicely fisted through for a behind by Bob Kemperman, and minor score will go on the board to the Balwyn Football Club, and we've crossed the 1.5 minute mark of this final term, and they are 13-14-92 and Noble Park are 5-8-38.
If you count that as a scoring shot, that's Goebbels' 5th behind for the day. 2 goals, 5 for Jeff Goebbels today, so certainly had his opportunities. Anderson from the back pocket goes out towards the half-back flank. It's a good kick, mark taken by a very scary-looking Trent Robertson. He brings it inboard to Stuart Kempman. He takes it on his tippy toes and goes out wide to Daniel Keeley. Keeley now up towards the half-forward line. Angelopoulos and Churgwin. Angelopoulos loves the situation. Read the ball beautifully. It comes towards the back of the pack. Angelopoulos spins out of 2 tackles. He goes towards the top of the goal square. Well done, Georgie. Got it over the top to Luke Cody, and he takes the mark directly in front, 15 metres out from goal. And Cody plays on very quickly. He's got 2 players in the goal square, and Andrew McConnell kicks the easiest of goals, and he puts through Noble Park's first of the final term. 6:8:44, the Noble Park ball on 13-14-92. 2.5 minutes gone in the final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. I know Balwyn in front, but we heard Dan Donati just before then, Davo, and he would not be happy about that goal at all.
No, I can tell you now, if he's apparently loud, he'll be very loud at the moment because he will not... Look, that was soft, and that's not how they've played their football, and I think he would be letting them know that he expects them to come back a little bit better than that.
Well, what they've been able to do all afternoon is answer and answer quickly. Can they do it again? Watt's got the knockdown in the middle of the ground. It was nicely picked up there by Mitchum. Swings around on the right boot, kicks it up towards the centre-half forward area. Stevie Kenner at the full. The ball got it to Churgwin. Back to Kenner. Snap around the body, bouncing football towards the wing position. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Boundary line will beat all players, and over it trickles for a boundary throw-in.
You've got to give a little bit of credit to Noble Park since half-time. You know, they've had a dip. You know, they kept going. They haven't dropped their heads. They've continued to work hard, and that just shows you how good Balwyn have actually been.
Harper lost it. Harris lost it as well. Tyson Mitchum came in, banged it on his boot, kicked it up towards centre-half forward, bouncing football. The first player to get there will be Bo Cosson. Can he trap the football? No, he certainly cannot. Johnny Milhusen is right on his hammer, and we'll have a ball up right in the forward pocket, Noble Park's end.
Well, and just say, it's not as if this hasn't been done before, because I do remember being here for the East Burwood Grand Final in 02, I think it might have been, and there was a 10-goal last quarter to get over the top. So I don't think it's going to happen, but it has happened before.
It's forever the eternal optimist, Brett Davidson.
Shane Allen stole it from the stoppage and snapped it around the body for a minor score. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it is Noble Park 6-9-45, trailing Balwyn 13-14-92.
Steve Kenner brings it in and a short chip to John Milhusen. Bo Cosson just making him earn that mark. Just a little bit of frustration, I reckon, more than anything else from Bo on that occasion. So Milhusen drives it out towards the wing position. Murray takes the mark. He's got one of the best pairs of hands in the AFL, Alan Murray. It'll be sad to see him go from the AFL, and Balwyn, of course, but he's had a tremendous career, and he'll be going out on a high today. He kicks out wide to Tregear, who marks on the outer side, true centre wing. Back to Murray, edge of the centre square. And he goes short on a long lead. There was Turner. Umpire Cam Frasinski said he didn't quite mark that one. Ball hit the ground before Turner claimed it. And it'll be balled up on the outer side with Anderson laying the tackle. Braden Ingram, some early stats that matter thanks to Choose Tap.
Balwyn leading the hit-outs 4-2 at the moment. The inside 50 is Noble 3-1, and the tackles 3-1 in favour of Noble.
Harper went up as the third man, but went straight down to Ben Harris. His hand pass tried to set up O'Regan. He was tackled very nicely there by Tyson Mitchum, and it's forced a turnover. Anderson with a kick out wide towards Allen. Good shepherd applied there by Angelopoulos, allowed Allen to come through, but great second effort by Jared Churgwin, and he forces the ball up. True centre-half forward position here. Umpire Dan Beard umpiring his third consecutive EFL Division 1 Senior Grand Final. Dawn up in the ruck. Clearly got the palm down, but straight down to the Tigers. McMahon came through. Great smother, though, by Tim Kelly. He hasn't stopped trying. He might get a second opportunity here, Kelly. His kick was smothered, though. Up towards the Cody direction, 30 metres out from goal. No one able to quite take it cleanly for the Bulls.
High tackle.
And there'll be a free kick going the way of Alan Murray for a high tackle. Umpire Cameron Frasinski right on the money there. Balwyn 13-14-92. Noble Park 6-9-45. 6 minutes gone in the final term.
So the veteran, Alan Murray, bring it out towards the members' stand. Jared Wright takes the mark. Handball over the top. Sanfilippo, short passes on. That was good. Harris, handball over the top. They're moving this ball very quickly. Harris got it from Hendry. Doubles back, then kicks it up towards centre-half forward. Big fly that time there by Broadhurst. Couldn't pull the mark down, but he pulled Scalzo down. Don't you worry about that. Held the ball in magnificently there. Created the contest. Created the stoppage. And the ball's right in front of us here on the broadcast side. 6.5 minutes gone here in the final term. Dan Beard throws the ball off now. Watts used his body against Fake, got the knockdown. Harper on hands and knees, scooted a handball out towards Kelly, who's wrapped up in a tackle by Alan Murray, you get the sense that Alan Murray's really ready to play this last 30 minutes of football, Davo.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out and just really enjoy his football and just go for everything.
Harper was the third man up, got the knockdown, bounces towards Craig Anderson, and over the boundary line it goes. O'Regan on his hammer.
That breeze is a fair bit stronger at the moment.
Does seem to have picked up. The umpire Throws the ball back in now. Fake over the back. Got a good knock on that one. At the fall of the ball, Kenner will be the first one to get the handball away. That was okay. Goldsack had to ride the Keeley tackle. Did so. Ducked his head to the umpire. Said play on. Handball over the top towards Tregear. He was cool in a tough situation. Handball in towards the middle of the ground. McMahon will get onto this. Handball in ball. That was dangerous. He spotted up Churgwin eventually, and McMahon gets it back. Scrambling kick. Taylor Gilchrist is all by himself across the half forward line. Murray was all by himself. Instead he goes for the longer option, and it's not a bad one either, because standing in position A, Blake Broadhurst takes the mark 40 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle.
He's been wanting to get on the scoreboard all day, Blake Broadhurst. I reckon this could be his opportunity, Dave.
He's already kicked one goal.
I think that just also showed the quality of the disposal then, wasn't it? Wasn't it a beautiful kick?
So Broadhurst comes in now from 40 metres out, set sail for goal. It was a helicopter punt, but he puts it straight through the middle. And Balwyn on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as we cross the 8.5-minute mark. Move to 14-14-98. Noble Park 6-9-45. Braden Ingram, thanks to Choose Tap.
I'm pretty sure that is his first though, BWS.
Yeah, sorry boys. At the moment, Balwyn probably had most of the disposals early in this first half. This final term, Noble struggling to get their hands on the footy. 3 tackles each to either side. Balwyn got 4 free kicks in favour of them, and at the moment the inside 50 is 4-2 in favour of Noble.
And the umpire's thrown the ball up. It'll be a free kick for Shepparton. It'll go the way of Fake. Got the handball away to Bull. Started the game well, but has gone relatively quiet since quarter time. Scalzo has done the complete opposite. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Angelopoulos dropped what he probably should have taken. Had a bit of turn of speed from 45 metres out. Angelopoulos set sail for goal. That is an absolute ripper kick. One of the goals of the afternoon to George Angelopoulos. And it's goal for goal early in this final term out here at Bayswater Oval. Noble Park still lead. Noble Park still trail it massively though. 7-9-51. Balwyn 14-14-98. That's George Angelopoulos' first goal, Peter Baird.
Pretty sure it is.
Look, the good thing about it is that you know what you're going to get with him, don't you? With George, it's 100% all the time. He's going to make his mistakes, but he just keeps going on, and that was really good for him to kick that goal in.
So ball back in the middle here for the game. Scalzo goes after it and wins a pretty hard footy on that occasion. Brought down the ground. It comes out to Harper. Nice little hand pass off to Mitchum from 55 metres out. Good looking kick from Tyson Mitchum. Great goal.
Comeback begins.
And a couple in a row here for the Noble Park Football Club. Tyson Mitchum kicks his first goal. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Noble Park 8-9-57 to Balwyn 14-14-98.
Well, it's back to a respectable score now, isn't it? You know, it's I know they're still a long way behind, but back to a respectable score.
So we're back into the middle here. 10 minutes gone, 20 minutes remain for season 2013.
You talk about grand final, I suppose, heroes. Craig Gislingham's just gone past us, and, what's he won, 12?
Something like that.
Harper from the middle of the ground, set sail inside forward 50, standing in position A. John Muirhusen takes the mark for the Tigers. He's such a rock of Gibraltar for them in their back line. Kicks it out towards the O'Regan direction, got the handball away to Goldsack, and now the Balwyn side move it along the wing position. They do that so well. The kick goes up towards the Goebbels direction. He's a long way out from goal, but he streams up and takes the mark. Harris is in the middle by himself. Gottliebson was also there. They might start to create the switch here as they go backwards. Shane Tregear takes it.
One of the things I love about Goebbels is when he marks above his head, he takes it at the highest point each time. Just a really classic way of taking the mark.
Hendry has it on the far side of the ground, half forward line, kicks it inside forward 50. Fake got a handle on that one at the fall. The ball that was picked up there by Goebbels snaps it to the top of the goal square. It's a 2-on-1 situation. They've done front and centre so well all afternoon. Rennie Gilchrist, the skipper, he wants to get amongst it. He kicks his second goal for the afternoon, and they're really running away with this game now, Balwyn. They're starting to really enjoy their football. 11.5 minutes gone in the final term. They are 15-14, 104. Noble Park, 8-9-57.
So Rennie Gilchrist with his second. Also 2 goals to Jaden Hogle, Taylor Gilchrist and Jeff Goebbels, 3 to Luke Barker. And for Noble Park, 2 each to Dorr, McConnell and Cosson. Umpire Dan Beard has the ball in the middle of Bayswater Oval. Free kick has, in fact, I thought it was going to be a free kick for a centre square infringement against a trainer, but it'll be a blood rule. Tim Harper comes off the ground. Been pretty serviceable. Tim Harper had a pretty good season. Frosty, I would say. Tim Harper had been very consistent.
He has come back to the Noble Park club this year from Werribee, former player, but he's really lifted. But today I think he's been a little bit quiet through that midfield and hasn't had the same influence we've seen in their 2 wins previous fortnight over Norwood and Vermont.
There really hasn't been a big midfield winner for Noble Park throughout the whole day.
Anderson's probably been their best, but he's probably hasn't had that super impact on the game either.
Ball back in the middle. Watts, a very nice tap down towards the advantage of Harris. Needs a good bounce. Didn't get one, but he paddled towards the advantage of Taylor Gilchrist. He picked it up cleanly. He's normally a beautiful kick just over the head of Goebbels on that occasion. Leading towards the footy here is Tim Kelly. It's a little hand pass over the top to Smith. He's at left half back and he drives it out towards True Stanaway. Sanfilippo! Couldn't quite take the mark. Ball comes to back. Christian Sanfilippo putting up another nomination for Mark of the Year. That could have been number 3. Gets a little hand pass over the top to Taylor Gilchrist. Now to Rennie Gilchrist. He spills it over the top out towards Hogel. Nice little look away hand pass towards Evanger Tregear. Taken away though by the Bulls. Robertson and that's Bob Kempman gets a hand pass off to Galante and he clears out. Matt Dunn has come all the way up to almost to half back to take a mark. Goes inboard to Monaghan.
Been quiet, Monaghan.
Yeah, Monaghan off to Plymouth. And they've probably got their first good passage of space here in the middle of the ground. Anderson inside 50, Dawes at the fall of that ball. Cody was there. So was that man in Renwick Watts. And he's received a free kick for a high tackle. And it will go the way of him about 30 metres out from his defensive goal.
Just really wasn't a great option then from Anderson. Just held the ball up. It just didn't keep it low enough so that he could easily run onto the football then.
Watts out wide to Taylor Gilchrist. He'll chip it over the top. Good kick. Murray comes out and takes it cleanly. True centre wing on that outer side. Inboard to Sanfilippo. Sanfilippo loves to run, loves to bounce. He can run to about 60 metres out. He gets a little hand pass over the top to Rennie Gilchrist. Always so much time. Hand pass off to Rod Crow. He spears it inside forward 50. No mark been able to quite take him there. Mitchum's away here for Noble Park.
And they certainly are. The mark has been taken in the middle of the ground. Anderson now streams forward. They've moved the ball across to the grandstand side. Going backwards to go forwards was McConnell. It worked out okay, but they're mucking up with the ball to McConnell. Back to Bull. He kicks the ball up towards the half-forward line. It's a bouncing football. It's nicely picked up there by the man in Dunn. Squeezed to kick out. It seemed like he had an eternity of time there, but he couldn't spot up Galante at the fall of the ball. Gottliebson got the little handball away to Gilchrist. Arches the back, got the handball away. No one was there for support, but here comes the big man Watts. Handball over the top, couldn't quite spot up his teammate there in Churg when Sam Monaghan came in. He was looking for Dorr in his handball, but it was scooped upon by Ryan McMahon. What a game he's played this afternoon. Handball's out wide, gives it out to big Rod Crow. Inside forward 50 or thereabouts, and Jeff Goebbels comes out and takes it 55 metres out. Rennie Gilchrist screaming for it across half forward. Elects to go short. Elects to go to Barker. He nearly took it on the first bite, and the umpires paid a push against Trent Robertson, and it'll be a free kick to Luke Barker. 40 metres out. He's tugged right up along that boundary line, but he's certainly shown throughout the afternoon that he can slot them from anywhere.
You could see then, though, even Gilchrist, when he got the ball and got tackled, he knew to put it into a spot. He knew that he'd have the runners. They were there, and away they went. They know each other's game so very, very well. And they're still rotating very heavily, even at this time.
So Luke Barker, what a fantastic season he's had. 68 goals. One of the main reasons why this is a super side, and the umpires paid a 25-metre penalty, but I don't think it matters anyway. He's going to signal the all clear, and the goal umpire sticks up the 2 fingers for Luke Barker's 4th goal of the afternoon. 16 minutes gone in the final quarter of the year in the Eastern Football League, and it is Balwyn 16-14, 110, Noble Park 8-9, 57.
It seems to be that on that side of the ground, they seem to be able to kick the ball quite well at goal. Closer in, and on this side they really struggle with it.
Let's go down to Damo for Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, Jared Churgwin of Balwyn has just come off the ground. He's struggling with a bit of cramp.
I think that's fair. I reckon he'll play. I reckon he'll play right through that cramp as well, Jared Churgwin. I'm sure he'll enjoy playing in his 2nd consecutive premiership. Ball back in the middle. Angelopoulos has been injected into the midfield. He was tackled in the 360 there by Ben Harris, who has not stopped working. Almost Trojan workhorse like Ben Harris today. Of course, we have got an award for the Trojan workhorse. Cameron Frazinski as non-officiating umpire. And Dan Beers pulled out a free kick off the ball, and it will go the way of Harris. As if on cue, gets it to Kenner. Kenner inside forward 50. He's got a heap of players to choose from, and one of them is Ryan McMahon, and he can go back from 35 metres out directly in front and look to put through Balwyn's 17th.
When you think about how many good midfielders this side has got, and you look at Kenner gets the ball, but he's been playing off half-back most of the day. McMahon, who's just been able to go through. Harris has been able to go through. Both Gilchrist.
Charlie Hendry.
Oh, super side.
So McMahon directly in front, puts it through.
Hendry.
And it really is party time for the Tigers. A Balwyn fiesta, Peter Baird. Balwyn going to 17-14, 116 to Noble Park, 8-9, 57. 17.5 minutes gone in the final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Billy Vickers for Akira Urgent Care.
As you said, BW, party time down here. Dan Zanardi's just made his way down to the boundary line. He's starting to dish out the hugs to his beloved players. On the other side, this wind has definitely picked up, boys, so it's heading to the right of your screen. Enjoy the rest of your call.
We will. And Balwyn will enjoy the rest of the game, no doubt. Angelopoulos got the clearing kick up towards the door direction, who's almost run into the middle of the ground here. Nicely done there by McMahon. Handball over the top looking for O'Regan. Which way will this ball bounce? Daniel Galante picks it up for Noble Park. Kick half smothered. Inside forward 50. Now the ball trickles at the fall of the ball. Nicely done there by Tyson Mitchum to lay a tackle on Gottliebson. And the umpire said play on. He wants the ball to scoot out. O'Regan's in there for Balwyn. And we'll have a bounce 40 metres out from the Noble Park goal line.
Start thinking about your 3, 2 and 1, gentlemen. For the best player on the ground, of course, it's Cliff Tompkins medal. For the best player on the ground, also known as the Blue Ribbon medal.
Pyer throws the ball back up now. Galante will be the first one there. Stevie Kenner tackling as always. Creates another stoppage. Almost time on here in the final term. 10 minutes of football left. And see the coach Dan Donati, a happy man on the bench. Just having a chat with Christian Sanfilippo. And once again, we'll have no, it looked like it might have been a blood rule, but the umpire said a play on. And that time Turner got the knockdown. Kate scooted out towards Monaghan, got the handball back to Kelly from 50 metres. Kelly set sail for goal. That was an alright looking kick off the boot, but a push to the right hand side and through for a minor score. That's 10 on the board now for Noble Park, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard they move to 8-10-58. Balwyn 17-14, 116.
Kelly's been actually pretty serviceable again today, I think.
Speaking of serviceable, here's Taylor Gilchrist off half-back. A beautiful kick out towards the wing position. Turner in front takes the mark. He gets a hand pass off to Goldsack. Goldsack high, kick up towards the half-forward line. Brett Dorr, he's changed Guernsey. He was in the number 14, now he's in the number 10 due to a blood rule earlier on. The kick out wide finds Matt Dunn, but where are their big targets? They're just called Dunn and Dorr. Where are their big targets inside forward 50? Galante marks about 65 metres out from goal. Let us do it via hand and run towards goal. Scalzo towards the top of the goal square and going back with courage. A nice mark being taken by the Bulls on that occasion, and they'll look to go back and put through their 11th for the game, so their 9th for the game. I think it's Stewie Kempman down there who's pushed forward and he'll look to put through his first goal for the day.
I mean, one of the things is, you're going to lose the game, but at least take advantage of the opportunities you get. If you can kick 10 goals, at least it doesn't look as bad on the scoreboard, I suppose. Having said that, you lose a grand final by 1 point or 100 points, it doesn't really matter.
Braden Ingram, some quick stats that matter thanks to the Choose tab.
Yeah, Balwyn leading the hit-outs 9-7, but Noble are actually pretty much in control of the clearances. They lead them 6-2.
Well, a little too late though for Noble as Stuart Kempman comes in and kicks a goal. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Noble Park 9-10-64, Balwyn 17-14, 116, 20.5 minutes gone, Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Braden?
Yeah, a couple more just to continue on with Noble Park, 10-6, leading the inside 50s as well. The effective tackles 7-5, and the free kicks, Balwyn lead them 7-2.
What was the score at half-time? Was 8-1?
Yeah.
8 goals, 8 played, 1 goal, 6.
So it's been 8 goals to 9 after half-time. So, they can hold their heads up a little bit, Noble Park. Haven't been completely blown out of the water.
The umpire throws the ball up. Watt's got the knockdown. Harris's kick was smothered. In came Smith for Noble Park. Had a fresh air shot. Monaghan, little handball over the top towards the Cody direction. O'Regan's there to paddle it to his advantage. That was really good play. Handball back to Milhusen. Ducked under pressure. The umpire said play on. Handball goes backwards. And over the boundary line it goes.
It was interesting to see one of the ball, and looks like it could have been a team manager or something, has walked up, and 2 slabs have been put into the coach's box there. I think they may be brought out fairly quickly.
2 slabs of the finest, Bogues draft. There'll be no choosing tap down at the Balwyn Football Club this afternoon. No doubt about that.
But just remember, you've got to comment on the record of Dan Donati. 2 from 2 now, 100% record. I don't think there's a coach in the EFL that can claim that sort of a record.
And he's broken the tag that first-year coaches win premierships at the Balwyn Football Club as the ball was knocked away from fake. Rennie Gilchrist got a handball out wide. It might sit up okay here for Christian Sanfilippo. He's a clever footballer. He's got speed. He's got poise. He has a bounce now, swings around on the left boot. Oh, it's just all too easy here for the Balwyn Football Club. Coming out and taking a strong mark, Ryan McMahon, who's already kicked 1 goal this afternoon. And I'll tell you what, he's definitely putting his hand up to get into the votes today. He's
been very, very good. And Frosty, I understood that 2 for 2 comment then. I got 5 from 11, so I reckon I'm still going okay.
So Ryan McMahon, 24 goals for the season. It sounds good, 25, doesn't it? The kick's going long. It's going straight. It just held up in the breeze at the last moment. And Bob Kemperman now to stream out for Noble Park.
He will. He'll bring it out towards the broadcast side. Galante is all on his own. He marks at the edge of his defensive 50. He's got players up ahead. Cody and Dorr went for the same footy. Cody in front took the mark. Gets a little hand pass over the top. I think that's Harper in the 56 Guernsey. Nice little hand pass over the top back to Cody in the fluoro blue boots. Cody, though, slips in those fluoro blue boots. Gets it over the top to Vergam fake. Back to Mitchum. He slams this one inside forward 50. Monahan's down there and Allen. But standing in the hole is Alan Murray for Balwyn.
Yeah, I think he's giving a free kick against
Crow
for holding on.
And they'll go to Cosson.
I was just watching down in the Balwyn coaching box when Bobby Kemperman marked uncontested there on the goal line, while everyone else in that Balwyn coaching box was slapping themselves on the backs and congratulating each other. Daniel Donati was absolutely furious and was screaming out their directions as to they wanted some contest on the goal line there. So,
Bo Cosson for his 3rd goal, and he pops it through. He does, yes. Nice goal from Bo Cosson. That makes it 8 goals in 2 weeks, so he certainly had a good final series. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, we've played nearly 24 minutes in the final term, but it is all Balwyn. 116 Balwyn, leading Noble Park 70, 17-14 to 10-10.
And even though Cosson hasn't done a lot, look, the job is to kick goals. He's kicked 3. That's not too bad.
So it's almost over here.
It's getting a bit sad, BWS.
It's been a long season.
Yes.
Bringing out the hanky. Watts goes up in the ruck, got the knock down, still in the middle of the ground here. Picked up there by Harper. A few blood rules this afternoon, as you would expect. A fiery game of football, hard nut football, Division 1 football at its best, as the umpire throws the ball back up and Taylor Gilchrist has it across the half-forward line. He has 1 bounce, he has 2. He could nearly go for the 3rd. Instead, he'd just like to go on goalward. Fantastic mark taken by Harris in the goal square. And the umpire's paid a free kick against too, so I'm not too sure what happened there. Anderson, though, now for the Bulls. Drives it out of that defensive zone, looking for Cody. He just didn't want the football, Luke Cody. He was concentrating too much on his opponent there in Jared Goldsack, who decides to go backwards to go forwards. Rod Crow in the middle of the ground. That's a lovely kick. Spotted up Harris now, up towards the half-forward line. Taylor Gilchrist pulls it in with the 1 mitt. It's just clean, good football at the moment. Goes towards the Broadhurst direction. Couldn't pull down the mark. Robertson gets a handball over the top. He was looking for Harper. In came Taylor Gilchrist, and we'll have a boundary throw in as we cross down boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Damien Watson.
It's good to see a big contingent of the Balwyn Football Club in terms of support stay on and soak up the victory.
There's a lot on the outer side as much as on the broadcast side here.
So the kick by Harris goes up towards the top of the goal square. Robertson stands in position A for Noble Park, and they're not saying die yet. Handball goes out wide. The kick goes up towards the wing position now. Bouncing football, come out towards the Tim Kelly direction. In fact, it was Anderson that time. Snapped it around the body, up towards Cody's direction. He needs to go after it this time. Cody copped a high one from Rod Crow. Dan Beard said it was fair. The umpire, O'Regan, goes back to Crow. It was chopped off there by Gilchrist, and it's still on here. Angelopoulos is...
I don't think he thought it was fair.
No. Angelopoulos has come in and caused a little bit of a ruckus, but Dan Beard's got this under control, and he'll no doubt be wanting to restart play very soon. Geordie Buckingham has asked for the ball to come back to the wing position, and he'll be calling play on here, and the ball's in the arms of Craig Anderson, and he's been told to move this ball on. They might get a little bit of a run on here. Monahan marks it in the middle of the ground. Had Tim Kelly out wide. Instead, he'll go across the face here to Kemperman. So Bob Kemperman on the left boot now, sends the ball out wide. It's got to sit up nicely. It does so. Daniel Keeley From 55 metres, he'll set sail for goal. He's a lovely kick of the football. It's going very long. That is a fantastic kick on the siren. Daniel Keeley kicks it, but that doesn't matter because the Balwyn Football Club are premiers for season 2013. Final score 17-14, 116. Noble Park 10-10, 70. A 46-point margin to the Tigers. They go back to back.
Yeah, fantastic effort and well deserved there. They're just too good, too clinical all day.
Win overall, while her noble sons are marching onwards to victory. Cheer the yellow and black. We'll not give in, we'll always attack. Hold that noble banner high. Shake down the thunder from the sky. Whether the odds be great or be small, Balwyn goes in to win overall. While her noble sons are marching onwards to victory.
Well, everybody enjoyed that, didn't they? The theme song for the Balwyn Football Club, who were premiers back-to-back again in season 2013. What a fantastic performance it was by both sides. The better team for the whole year won on the day, Peter Baird.
They were just clinical in the way they went about it today. Their foot skills were superb. They had just a class unit with skillful players on every line, and they deserved to. They only lost the one game of the year. That was only by 1 point, so fantastic effort there from the Balwyn Footy Club. I mean, Brett, they would be competitive at a higher level, if not the VFL. They probably lack that huge body size that we see at some high levels, but their ball use, their run and carry, and the way they stick to a game plan and execute is just superb.
Oh, look, they're an absolute standout side, and probably one of the scariest things is I don't think too many of them will be leaving next year, and knowing Balwyn, they'll want to go out and make it a three-peat. They'll really be pushing really hard for that, and Daniel's the sort of driven player, coach that he'll want it as well.
I mean, you look back at some of the dynasties we've seen in the EFL. We saw Vermont for so long was so clinical in the way they went about it. Noble Park went back-to-back in 2010-11. Now Balwyn have done the same thing. How long can you see this dynasty continue with Balwyn? Because there's not too many older heads in that team. They're quite young still. They've still got a lot of benefit, a lot of development still.
Yeah, a lot of it's to do with hunger. Will they have the hunger? Have they developed that within the club enough to be able to go on and do it? And that was the key with Vermont. Vermont were hungry just to be that number one all the time. Balwyn, well, there's nothing stopping them because of their quality of what they've said. They've got very few players old enough to really retire. So
I think Alan Murray's probably the only one that won't be there next year.
They can be as good, if not better, with a couple more recruits than what they are, and they are scary at the moment.
Well, it's celebration plus down there in the middle of Bayswater Oval. All the fans, the contingency, they've made their way out to the middle of the park to celebrate with their boys as they sing the theme song, probably for one of many a times over the next few hours. So fantastic effort by everybody involved down at Balwyn, and they really are a force in this Eastern Football League, aren't they?
Yeah, look, we looked at last year and we said, they're a really good football side and, they're going to be good, but they have stepped up to another level this year. And when you have a look at the players that they've brought in, they're cleaner, the use of the ball is, as I said, as good as any team I've seen playing local football. So, what it does is it means that all the other clubs have got to work really hard to aspire to getting up to that level. And I'm sure there would have been, another 9 or 10 coaches out here looking at ball and saying, well, what do we need to do to make sure that we're going to be competitive in this organisation? And, there might be a few coaches with a few headaches because when they look at that, it's pretty hard to match up. But I'm sure there'll be coaches out there now planning to make sure that, they are as competitive in the way they go about their football as what Balwyn are. But, gee whiz, let them enjoy it because they've been sensational. And let's think about Noble Park. You know, they've had a great final series. They've fought out, and even today, you know, you look at the scoreboard, 17-14 to 11-10. They've fought that game out. And when you think...
They've outscored them in the second half.
Yeah, and yet Balwyn was still, you know, absolutely, we're raving about how good they are. Noble did not give up, and that's probably been the forte of their final series. They have not given up in any game that they've played, and that's a credit to their coach, and he'll be really disappointed, but he'll also be really proud of the efforts of the Noble Park Football Club this year.
Let's go through the major goal kickers for the afternoon, and the major goal kicker on the ground today for the Balwyn Football Club was Luke Barker with 4 goals, bringing his season tally up to 69 for the year. I had 5 players who got into the multiples. Jeff Goebels kicked 2, including a monster bomb at half-time, which really got the crowd going. 2 also to Taylor Gilchrist, who was super, along with Ryan McMahon. Rennie Gilchrist bobbed up for 2 himself, and Jaden Hogle. The major goal kickers for Noble Park for the day: Brett Dorr, the big man, he tried hard, he kicked 2 goals. Andrew McConnell, he was also quite good as well, and 3 goals to Bo Cosson. Let's cross down boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Billy Vickers.
Thanks very much, BWS. I'm with the Premiership captain for 2013, Mr. Rennie Gilchrist. Rennie, how's it feel?
Just as good, mate. I can't really have any words for it right now, but yeah, it just feels great. We've been through a lot this year as a group, so it's great just to finish it off really well.
You're pretty emotional about it. You've come and you've won it with your brother, haven't you? So, and it's not about the brother as well. You guys are such a strong unit, such an even team, an amazing season, and to come all the way to the end, it's a big thing to actually win it, isn't it?
Yeah, really emotional with my brother and a few of the people who've passed away throughout the year. So we've been doing it hard, but we've been doing it together, and it's a great feeling.
A couple of big for the football club, start of a really dominant era, and like I said, you know, you're just so even over the paddock, but you know Noble Park is always a really, really tough team to perform well against. You knew today that you had to come out and fight, and you blew them off the park today, didn't you?
Yeah, we have huge respect for them, but yeah, we're just ready, we're focused, and got the job done, which is really pleasing.
Go and enjoy yourself, mate. Congratulations.
Great stuff, Billy Vickers, with the senior captain of the Balwyn Football Club, Rennie Gilchrist. What a fantastic player he is, Rennie Gilchrist, a leader of men even at such a young age. You can tell he's been barking a few orders out for the afternoon, and no voice left, Peter Baird.
I mean, for such a young captain, he's the youngest senior captain in Division 1, and he's now a back-to-back premiership captain of this Balwyn Footy Club, of a really class unit, but he's really important to their structure, and he's probably one of the most valuable players going around because he actually does lead them on the ground. He actually directs, he calls shots, he actually calms people down, he has a word in their ear. So, I mean, a guy like that with those sort of leadership skills, they're pretty hard to find, Davo.
Oh, and when you watch him play, he's clean with the football, he runs all day, and he's tough. He goes hard at it, he lays big tackles, he does all the difficult things, and you know, a classic captain who leads from the front, and I thought he was absolutely sensational today. Just, he led him from the very start and kept going, and you could see, even in the last quarter when he got rotated off, he stood there and watched the game and couldn't wait to get back on the ground again. So all credit to him, all credit to Balwyn in the way they've gone about it. You know, thoroughly professional, and
they're a whole team of leaders, aren't they?
They are. Oh, it's actually pretty. I'd like to go back and have a look at the game again to watch just how good this group is. I mean, they're scary good.
Let's cross down to Ben Waterworth, Master of Ceremonies.
Well, congratulations to the Balwyn Football Club, premiers for season 2013. Commiserations to the Noble Park Footy Club, who's had a magnificent season, finishing 3rd on the ladder, and a magnificent final series. Commiserations. I'm sure the Bulls will be back better than ever next season. Of course, the Eastern Football League is partnering with the Victoria Police Blue Ribbon Foundation, which recognises those police men and women who have lost their lives in the line of duty. And to make the presentation for the Blue Ribbon Medal and the Cliff Tompkins Medal, would you please welcome Assistant Commissioner Robert Hill. And the winner of the Best On Ground Medal from Balwyn, number 17, Rennie Gilchrist.
And very fitting that Rennie Gilchrist wins the Best On Ground medal, Blue Ribbon medal today.
Oh, he was superb. He was absolutely superb. We've spoken about him already, but his ball use and his silky skills, he was fantastic.
Yes, that could be one of a few too. Don't worry about that. The way he goes about his footy, they're just fantastic.
We love the way he goes about his footy. Gets his medal.
Very humble too.
This is exactly what I was about to say. Very humble.
And now to present the Premiership medallions and the Premiership Cup, would you welcome the chairman of the EFL, Graham Halbish. Starting with number 1, John Milhusen.
He's a rock for him down back. He probably wasn't as dominant today. Spent a fair bit of time off the ground, but he's just so solid. He's a big body and he takes it.
Number 2, Luke Barker.
Oh, look, very, very good, Luke. He's come up from Croydon. 4 goals today in a grand final side. He really appreciate getting that medal again.
Number 3, Charlie Hendry.
He's played every game for the season. Charlie Hendry, such an important player in the makeup of this side, and started the game ferociously, especially in that first term, and got him off to a great start.
Number 4, Jeff Goebbels.
What can you say about Jeff Goebbels? He's a premier centre-half forward in the competition. He won the Cliff Thompson medal last year. Today he was just a solid target for them and a fantastic kick at goal. He's just one of those
Number 5, Taylor Gilchrist.
He's going to be a superstar, this kid, I can tell you that. I'm glad he played with his brother in a flag today, but he's another one. Great skills, great runner.
Number 7, Steve Kenner.
One of a lot of Eastern Football League followers' favourite players, Stevie Kenner, just does the job week in, week out, an in and under player and a ferocious tackler, as we saw this afternoon.
Number 8, Rod Crow.
We spoke about Milhausen being a general, but this guy is the general of the ball and backline. He likes to zone off. Probably wasn't given that luxury this afternoon, but he's just so solid down there, and you know what you're going to get every week with Rod Crow.
Number 9, Ben Harris.
Yeah, I thought he was exceptional today. I thought he worked extremely hard.
He was in my votes.
Yeah, he was in mine as well.
And mine.
I thought he was very, very good today.
Number 11, Jared Wright.
Well, Jared Wright had a big job to do against Brett Dorr, and let's face it, in the first half he held him goalless until the big man kicked 2 in the second half. So fantastic effort by Wright.
Number 13, Christian Sanfilippo.
I reckon this guy's probably one of the most underrated footballers in the Eastern Football League. He just gives them run and drive off hard back. He's tough as nails. He can take a big mark, as we saw, and he played a super game this afternoon.
Number 14, Ryan McMahon.
You talk about super games and super players and super midfielders. Here's another one. Just, maybe a little bit underrated, but boy, can he play football, this bloke.
Number 15, Shane Tregear.
Fantastic skills, Shane Tregear. He's a very important player in this side, and another one of those players that stood up, especially in that first half, and got them full of running.
Number 16, Jared Goldsack.
Came across the ball in this year from Scoresby last year, and now he's a premiership player, and he wasn't out of his depth this afternoon. He looked fantastic out there and linked up through the middle and drifted forward.
Number 18, Blake Broadhurst.
Well, you talk about the fact of their depth. Now, you can put a forward line and slot him in. No teams have got backmen that can cover all of them.
Number 19, Jared Churgwin.
Very important player, Churgwin, across that half-back line. A real playmaker, clean skills as well, and always puts his body on the line.
Number 20, Alan Murray.
Gets another premiership medal, Alan Murray. I believe he's retired after this game of football. He's just a super player, former AFL player, as we all know, and he's the spiritual leader of this footy club. Although Rennie Gilchrist might be the captain, they look to Alan Murray for guidance and leadership, and he provides it in spades for him. All credit to Alan. Fantastic game, fantastic career.
Number 23, Mark O'Regan.
Normally a run-with player, does his job all the time today. Again, did a good job, got plenty of the football. Another very good midfield player.
Number 25, Ben Turner.
A perfect player to give big Renwick Watts a chop out in the ruck as well. He plays where he's needed. He plays key position players and always gets the job done too, Turner.
Number 31, Jaden Hogle.
Another player that came across the ball in this year from Scoresby. Kicked 2 goals this afternoon. He's played all 20 games this year so far for the Balwyn Footy Club. Hasn't missed one, so he's been an integral part of that Balwyn forward line.
Number 43, Jamie Gottliebsen.
Yeah, look, a really good game. He's just going to get better and better. He's only had the 14 games this year. Now got a premiership medal. Now you can see him slotting into this
Number
side pretty
43,
well.
Jamie Gottliebsen.
Underrated player, Gottliebsen. He really puts his head over the football and ferocious when attacking it as well. I've liked every time I've seen him play. He goes in, he goes hard.
Number 55, Renwick Watts.
The big ruckman, he's come into the club this year. He did a job for them today. He's not that flashy, brilliant ruckman you see, but he does the job. He works hard.
More than handy.
He provides a contest for them, and he works all day.
What I like to see about this club, there's no over the top here, is there?
Balwyn President Richard Wilson.
you might see a bit of over the top
here.
Well, Richard Wilson, he's done a fantastic job leading this club ever since he's been on board with Balwyn, and he will completely lap this up.
The selector, Paul Johnson.
Well, there's a man that's been at the club for a long, long time, Paul, and
the brains behind the Balwyn machine.
But he's a premiership coach of the club as well, Paul. So he's had a lot to do.
The
with
recruiter, Justin Cosgrove.
There's another man that works really hard. I mean, you got to remember that the Balwyn don't have a junior affiliated club with them, so they've got to recruit hard to get players to come to the footy club, each their own. They can't produce their own talent, so the work of Justin Cosgrove is fantastic.
Adam Grills.
Well, you'd nearly recruit Justin Cosgrove, wouldn't you?
I'll tell you what.
You know, if you're going to go recruit him, because I tell you what, he knows how to pick some talent.
Premiership captain, number 17, Rennie Gilchrist.
As we've already said, he's an absolute star, Rennie Gilchrist, a genuine leader of young men, and no doubt will be a leader of this football club for quite some time. Blue ribbon medalist today, congratulations.
He came back from a serious knee injury earlier in the year, don't forget that as well, so he was up against it, and he's come back a better player.
And the premiership coach, Daniel Donati.
Well, fantastic coach. Well
2
deserved.
from 2, Davo, 2 from 2.
Yeah, and look, he was a super footballer. You've got to remember that. He's one of the few that's gone from being super footballer to super coach.
He's the coach.
That's everyone. Look, first of all, to the Noble Park Football Club, the club obviously I spent nearly a decade of my football career at. Commiserations to you guys today. You had a great season. You were fantastic last week. To your outgoing coach, Mickey Fogarty, you've had a great career at Noble Park. I wish you all the best. To Craig Anderson, a friend of mine, and the skipper, and Stewie Kemper and others. You boys will get better from it. You know that. You lost a couple of years back and you came back and won back-to-back. So commiserations and well done on your season.
Well said.
To the supporters and everyone that came out today, thank you so much for all of your support. We've had great support all year from the Balwyn Footy Club and the members and all the guys who support us so loyally. To everybody, our families, our supporters, thank you so much for everything. We do know we have a 23rd man in our football club. It was 2 years ago yesterday that Sean Bergen lost his life, and for our football club, that will stay with us forever. So to Sean, mate, thank you so much again. To all the boys down here, you've now won back-to-back premierships. The challenge will come again for those for next year, but enjoy tonight. You've deserved it. Fantastic effort. 2 in a row, you beauty. Well done, Tigers.
I now ask EFL Chairman Graham Helvish to present the Premiership Cup to Balwyn, Premiers for 2013.
Cheer, cheer the yellow and black. We'll not give in, we'll always attack. Hold that noble banner high. Shake down the thunder from the sky. Whether the odds be great or be small, Balwyn goes in to win overall. While her noble sons are marching onwards to victory.
Fantastic effort by the Balwyn Football Club for the whole season, only dropping the one match, can you believe it, in Division 1 football in the Eastern Football League. That was against South Croydon. They forgot about that a long time ago. They had a mission, they wanted to make a statement, and it happened out here at Bayswater.
And all credit to the Noble Park Footy Club. They've stayed on and watched that whole presentation. It's really tough after you lose the grand final, but just the integrity and credit to the Bulls. That's a fantastic effort as well.
Well, the Premiership, sorry, David.
And look, and they'll start planning now. They'll look and they'll say, you know, we need some better runners. We probably need a few more talls that can be a little bit more
better
influential.
Users of the ball going through the midfield.
Yeah, look, they're solid. They're solid. A lot of solid citizens. They need to get a couple more like Harper that can use the football in a damaging way, and they need a big key forward. They need someone that can straighten up a little bit more than what they've had.
Give Brett Dorr a bit of a chop out down there.
Yeah.
Well, Braden Ingram was riding the Choose Tap Stats chair all day. Balwyn got the job done. Did they get the job done on paper? They must have, across all areas.
Yeah, certainly in many of them. In the end, the hit-outs pretty even, 39 apiece to each side. Balwyn probably got on top of that late in the last term. Vergen Fake was strong throughout the game. The clearances, this is where Balwyn really did. They read a lot of Vergen Fake's taps in the end. They won them 30-20 with 5 of those clearances coming to Noble Park in the final term, so they certainly made up some ground there. The disposals, well, the kicks, Balwyn 183, Noble 165. The handballs very very even. Balwyn 97 and Noble Park's 96. The contested possessions very even, 142 apiece, but it was the uncontested possessions where Balwyn really did get it. They were 138 uncontested and Noble Park's 119. The inside 50s, Balwyn up by 11 there, 48-37. They took it inside many times, especially in that first half where they got on top. Marks inside 50, Balwyn 20 to Noble Park's 15. Intercept marks, 8 Balwyn, 9 Noble Park. The effective tackles, Balwyn 40, Noble Park only the 31. The free kicks finally, Balwyn 28 to Noble Park's 20. BWS.
Great job, Braden Ingram, all afternoon, all season today in the Choose Tap Stats chair. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Damien Watson has the senior premiership coach, Dan Donati.
I certainly do, Bev Warren Smith. Dan Donati, of course, recording his second premiership in a row. Back-to-back wins, Dan. Must be too easy, this competition.
Oh, nothing's too easy, boys. We worked extremely hard and a little bit different to last year, being in front of the game most of the way like we were last year, but a little bit kind of, you could relax a little bit at times, but then you get frustrated and Noble Park wins from the middle. But no, nothing's easy at this level, and I'm just wrapped for the boys. They deserved it this year.
Is this more satisfying 2013 compared to last year?
No, not at all. I think they're both as equal to each other. Last year, we had a bit of a point to prove. We were a new club. I was a new coach, and it was a different emotion. I think it will sink in more tonight today, but we've been so good all year. They've been the benchmark all year. They've rocked up every game, and I think today they proved that they're a little bit too good for the rest today.
It was a great team performance all round. 4 quarters of football was fantastic, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. There were so many blokes who played great football today. But 4 quarters is what it's all about, and that's finals football, and we stuck it out. I think we won every quarter. I'm not sure we won the last. It might have been the only one that was pretty tight, but I think the queue might have gone on the rack a little bit early for the boys. But no, I was wrapped with their even performance.
And just lastly, Alan Murray, great contributor to the club, his last game. How do you analyse his contribution to the Balwyn Football Club?
Oh, look, I don't know if it's his last game yet. He hasn't announced that. I'm hoping he plays again, to be honest with you. But look, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. His contribution is enormous. I love him. He's such a great person. I think we'll be friends long after football. He's so respected amongst the group, and he's a great player. Geez, he was good again today. It's 7 or 8 tackles. Just hits up all day for us. He's a legend. I'm sure he'll enjoy the next couple of days.
Just lastly, Dan, how will you enjoy the night?
Well, I'll enjoy it as much as I possibly can in the next couple of days. It's the best part about it. You work so hard all year. So back at the football club tonight. We might sneak to the Prez's mansion in Balwyn for a couple later on. And back at the club tomorrow and Monday as you do. So, no, I can't wait.
Congratulations, Dan. Enjoy the win.
Good on you guys.
Congratulations to Dan Donati indeed, and well done to Damien Watson riding the boundary thanks to Akira Urgent Care this morning. He looks like a happy man. It's one of that time of the year when you can breathe a sigh of relief, Brett Davidson, and really take it all in what everybody involved in the whole football club has achieved.
You know what, it's really important. This next hour is probably one of the most enjoyable hours that you spend if you're a premiership coach. It's just a relief in a lot of ways, but you just get to talk to people. You go, what I've done in the past, I've gone into the room and just sat down and watched and looked for 15 or 20 minutes just to see the responses of family and everyone like that. So yeah, it's a great time, and he's going to really enjoy it.
It's good to see the response a few of the Balwyn players gave Frosty Baird as they were making their way into the change rooms, just reminding him of his tip that he did at the start of the day.
Certainly was a fantastic day for the Balwyn Football Club. They are premiers for season 2013, defeating Noble Park in the end quite convincingly by, what was the final margin in the end, BWS?
I think it was 40 points at the end of the goal on the siren.
Let's go down to the boundary. We got the song in the rooms.
They're just waiting for Dan Donati. You can see Dan Campbell trying to get an interview off him, but he needs to get into the rooms, Dan, because they're all congregated in there and waiting for him to belt out that song one more time.
And we're just seeing the highlights now on the streaming. Thank you for tuning in right throughout the day to efl.org.au and 98.1 FM. Certainly appreciated your company. The boys ready to sing the song. Madison Hardiman in there. Of course, this time last year, he was a premiership player and obviously did his ACL at the start of the season.
He's who gave it to Frosty Baird as they were walking in, Madison.
Yeah, not surprised at all. Dan just making his way in. Alan Murray still coming in.
He can't move in there.
No, that's Shane Tregear coming in as well. So they're all still waiting for players to come in. It's certainly been a big day for the Balwyn Football Club. I think it's a bit of relief more than anything else. That's the feeling I got down on the ground, just out there. They've worked so hard for this day, Davo.
See Tyson Goldsack there watching his brother.
Yeah. Tyson Goldsack, of course, Collingwood player. As we're down in the rooms now. I think Alan Murray's just coming in to the ground now. In the rooms now.
Give him a beer.
And he's right smack bang in the middle. His last game for Balwyn.
We'll pour a beer on him.
Here's the song. The double song. Bum, 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 bum. Hey! Hey! Yellow and black. Congratulations to the Balwyn Football Club premiers for season 2013, and they will have a big, not only night, but a few big days coming up, no doubt about that, down there at Cherry Road. Just repeating those goal kickers. Luke Barker kicked 4 goals for the Tigers, 2 each to Goebbels, Taylor Gilchrist, Ryan McMahon, Rennie Gilchrist, the Blue Ribbon medalist, and Jaden Hogle, and 1 goal each to Alan Murray, Blake Broadhurst and Ben Harris. That final score, 17-14, 116 to Noble Park, 10-10-70 for Noble Park. 3 goals to Costin, he was very serviceable, 2 to Brett Dorr, 2 to McConnell, and 1 each to Angelopoulos Kemperman, 1 each also to Daniel Keeley and Tyson Mitchum. While our Kira Urgent Care boundary riders are down in and amongst the inner sanctum of Balwyn, and I'm sure they'll be very, very happy. Looking forward to having a chat to some of those guys right throughout the day.
Hopefully Alan Murray, we can get him.
Be good to have a chat with Alan, who's certainly been a loyal servant of the Balwyn Football Club. Davo, I suppose the question is, they were so good this year. The challenge now is, and I know they'll have to enjoy it now, but the challenge now is to go on and win even more.
And look, we were talking about that before and saying that one of the scary things is they're not an old team. You know, they're a young side.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they'll do is that they'll definitely come out, recruit, and they'll be very dangerous next year. Don't worry about that.
They're not the sort of club that likes to sit back and rest on their laurels and go in with an unchanged lineup for next year. I can guarantee you there'll be 2 or 3 extra additions coming in. You look at this year, they added Hogle from Scoresby. They also added another player, Goldsack from Scoresby. Broadhurst has come into the side this so
Renwick Watts.
So I mean, they're not a club that's going to sit back and just let the rest of the competition catch them. They're going to go out and it'll be more improved Balwyn side on the park.
Let's go down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Boys, what have you got?
Thanks very much, boys. We are with one of the superstars of the Balwyn Tigers Football Club, with Mr. Jeffrey Goebbels. Jeff, how are you going, mate? Where's it at?
Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted at the minute. Can't really talk too well. Celebration will be really good. I think I'm more tired from celebrating than the actual game, I think.
Huge season, dominant season, capped off the right way. Was it hard to come out here and get the job done? There was a little bit pressure on you, obviously. How did you feel going into it?
It was definitely a different build-up to last year, but there was definitely pressure as well. But I just thought the way the boys came out from the start, we just knew we were going to win. I think in the first 5 minutes, our pressure was unbelievable, Sorry. Sorry, boys.
It's all right. Such an amazing group of players, such an even contribution. It must be fantastic with the likes of Gilchrist and co, not to mention his brother, so many more feeding you down there and just getting on the end of some. But an amazing team, an incredibly even contribution across the board this year.
Yeah, Rennie was unbelievable today, and he topped it off with the Blue Ribbon medal, which is awesome for him. He's such a great player, such a great leader, and it just makes it so easy for the forwards. The midfield's so good, and the delivery is always excellent for us, so they make it really easy for us up forward. And the back line was just unbelievable today. I think we allowed 1 goal in the first half, so the boys were rock solid as usual.
I'll just throw you up to the boys quickly.
Jeffrey, it's Ben Warren Smith up here in the commentary position, mate. Congratulations on the premiership win. Congratulations on your game as well. Nice way to go into half-time, unleashing a barrel from 60 metres, mate. We love that celebration.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Mate, I thought there was absolutely no chance to do it, and they're the ones that usually go in, the ones that you don't think they're going to go in. So, yeah, mate, it was a good way to finish the first half, but the result at the end of the game was the one that mattered to me.
Must be so nice playing in a forward line that's got Barker up there, it's got Broadhurst up there. There's so many players that can kick goals. Ryan McMahon, he comes down and chimes in, but you guys, just the clean delivery into you guys is just, it's unbelievable. So impressive to watch.
Yeah, as I said before, the midfielders make it so easy for us up forward. All you need to do is just get 1 metre on your opponent, and the boys are good enough with their skills to hit you. So, yeah, it's just unbelievable midfield we have.
Jeff, Braden Ingram, mate, I was out there on Tuesday night. I tell you what, it was a pretty good atmosphere around there, but was there any nerves coming into this game, or was it just a case of getting the job done again once more?
Yeah, Braden, I think there was a bit of nerves, actually. I think, personally, I was more nervous this year than I was last year, because the expectation was to win it. So, but nerves are always good, I think, going into a big game, so you just use the nerves the right way, and we can go from there.
Looking back on it now, I mean, are you surprised at just how well you guys started, considering you're coming off the week break? I mean, just thinking about that was an electric start of the game, and you put Noble on the back foot from the very start.
Yeah, it's hard to say. If you have the week off, sometimes that can hurt you a bit, like how you start a game. But I thought the way we started it, we were just fresh, and we wanted. This is the game we've been waiting for all year, pretty much. So I always knew we were going to come out red hot, and they were going to come out as well. So it was just the team that steadied itself first, really, and I thought we did that.
Jeff, it's Frosty here, mate. Congratulations. You got another premiership medal hanging around your neck. We spoke about how important it was for Rennie to play with his brother Taylor, but for you played with a good childhood mate of yours today, Blake Broadhurst, and now both premiership players at Balwyn.
Yeah, mate, it's a great feeling. Me and Broady have been best mates since year 3, and we played our whole juniors together, and then he went to Subiaco and I went to West Perth, different clubs in the Waffle, but now just to come back together at this time in our lives and get a premiership, mate, it's an unbelievable feeling, and it's awesome for Taylor and Rennie as well.
Just wondering, Jeff, before we let you go, Ben Waterworth here, mate, just wondering, will you cut up that footage of that torpedo goal and put it as your screensaver on your desktop computer?
Oh, mate, Ben, yeah, I was pretty happy with that, to be honest. I think that's the hardest I've ever celebrated when I've kicked a goal before, so it was really good.
Congratulations, Jeff. You're a two-time premiership player with the Balwyn Football Club. Let's hope there's a few more to come for you. All the best, mate.
Thanks, boys. Woo!
Jeff Comel's joining us there down Boundary Side with Billy Vickers. A fantastic effort by him and the Balwyn Football Club. He booted 2 goals today. Had plenty of scoring opportunities. Actually kicked 5 behinds for the day. Luke Barker just stealing the limelight, as Luke tends to do, with 4 goals for Luke for the Balwyn Football Club. A fantastic effort by the Tigers, and we might try and get a couple more chats downstairs, because we are wrapping up not only this game but the end of the 2013 AFL season, which seemed like a while ago, but here we are, 23 weeks later, BWS, and look, we just saw, and I think you've said it a number of times throughout the year, and hear it from Davo today as well, really hit home that this is one of the best sides the AFL has ever seen.
It's certainly the best side that I've ever seen since my time in the Eastern Football League, and that's from my playing days, of course, up until now. But geez, yeah, well, I was impressed with Balwyn last year, and just to see that the way that they came out after pre-season with a new mission, a new goal, and they recruited well. They're just the most well-rounded side that I've ever seen play in a local competition side, and I dare say, being a